Smythe hosts the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.
Welcome to Team Podcast episode 062. My name is Nash, host of Team Podcast, and with me on the ones and twos, we got the great DJ Smythe.
Not a DJ.
Wells is not with us today.
Again,
but we sent him on assignment. He's on an assignment.
He's out doing good things.
Yeah.
I'm in his spot today, and I kind of like it.
You're on his side of the
field. It's a nice
you
little
move the setup, moved it around.
Nice view here.
I'm playing her right now, so if you guys hear me like
keeling over,
and
coughing up blood,
just allow me. Just
let it happen.
Anyway, what's going on? What's going on, Smythe?
Nothing. We're here podcasting, and Wells is watching Vladdy's first game as a J. So,
are you amped at this? Are you super excited about Vladdy? Are you like on the band? Like in the group chat, Wells is going crazy. Yeah. Every 5 seconds, this putting up something new about Vladdy and this and that.
This is the equivalent of the Leafs signing Tavares for Wells.
No. This is probably the equivalent of the Leafs drafting Matthews.
Wow.
Because you gotta think Tavares. Like,
you consider that better?
In some people's eyes, it is, because you gotta think all of the big stars. Like, you name the big stars from Toronto: Joe Carter, Roberto Alomar, Vince Carter. Is that it?
Kawhi
Leonard. Dougie Gilmore.
Vernon Wells.
All the big stars. They were all traded here.
Roy Halladay.
Yeah, they're all traded. Roy Halladay is a homegrown. Roy Halladay is homegrown. But he never actually had any. Well, he was one of the better pitchers in the.
Oh, Halladay was a man.
Yeah. Now this is the equivalent. Now you're signing and you get to see the greatness from start to finish,
from the beginning.
Matthews is kind of weird. I've always wanted to come back to you guys and ask you about this about Matthews, because Matthews was supposed to be that guy under McDavid. He was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Matthews is the best player on his team.
Nope.
Like, he's there, and he might get there.
Him and Patrick Laine are kind of similar for me. Like,
Laine's more of a scorer, though. Oh, I guess. Matthew,
They could have good years, but they could also have, like, not so great years, right? Now, this playoffs, I know it was only 7 games, but Matthews showed up. So I can no longer say he hasn't shown up in the postseason. He had a hell of a series. But he's not the guy that takes over for you. Do you see what I'm saying? He's not a takeover.
Yeah, but the greatness is there. But as we're talking about Vladdy, it's like, this is what we get to see. Like, you get to... Now, in my opinion, Vladdy is going to be a good baseball player. The question is, he going to be a great baseball player? That's why I'm going to sit back, wait and see. If Wells was here, you tell me to shut the hell up. He's going to be great.
I'm gonna give Vladdy Guerrero a ceiling of Carlos Delgado.
Yeah, see, I'm not even ready. I don't know what his ceiling is. That's my own.
Yeah.
I don't know what his ceiling is.
But like, what else can he really do? Like, he's not a Gold Glove guy, right?
Probably not.
He's gonna be a celebrated DH. Do you know what I mean?
No. You can't have that guy. You can't have a young guy like that at DH. You can't.
He's got to be in the field.
He has to be in the field. Has to be. He's not. He can't play first and he's probably gonna play at third.
You can only play third. You can't play in the outfield, right?
Yeah.
Can't move well enough to play second or short. He's got to play third or first, if that makes sense.
Well, third is an athletic position.
It is. It's pretty athletic.
Because in the shift, you're gonna have to go over to second,
and you gotta make the throw, right?
Yeah. So.
I'm guessing he's great at that. I don't know.
We'll see. I think the Jays will probably get him on some kind of regimen to maybe slim down or keep the
maybe
weight,
lose 25, 30 pounds,
and maybe keep the weight as is. But what is he? 20? 20? Like,
you can be a totally different player.
Let's I'm gonna pump the brakes on the weight stuff. So, but anyway, it's Vladdy Day here in Toronto.
It's Vladdy Day
as we're recording.
Right.
But how was your week anyway? Anything exciting happened?
I've been in Sarnia, Ontario all week. Nice little border town.
Did you go over the border?
No, did not cross. Mm-hmm. Just running over there working. Nice place. Nothing wrong with it.
My cousin's over there too. He runs a restaurant and shit.
Oh, yeah,
damn,
right.
I told him.
I would have been there. I had nowhere to go at night.
Oh, damn it.
Just run around going to McDonald's and stuff.
See, you're keeping up the regimen, eh?
Right? Yeah. Some things don't change.
Keeping up the regimen. Yeah, so that was about it. You were just there for work, and that was it. How was Sarnia?
So, nice place. Nothing wrong with it. Like, the weather wasn't the greatest, but it's got a little downtown strip, and then it's got all its malls and stuff there. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a nice town. Looks like it has like an old side, and then there's a newly developed area that has like everything you need now. So, good place. I'll go back.
Nice.
I'll be back next year, Sarnia.
So basically what's taking over the world right now is Avengers Infinity Wars, which is basically breaking the single-day records.
Yeah. It's broken the pre-record already. Like
we are going to see it on Tuesday?
Yep, we're going to go see it Tuesday.
Wells already saw it.
Of course he has.
I already saw it.
Of course you have.
Of course I have, because I can't wait, because I'm not going to... Because for me not to see spoilers in this day and age, I basically got to stop everything I normally do.
You have to just go see it if you want to see it.
I basically got to stop what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say anything about Infinity War. I'm not going to say anything.
Nope.
I was already mad at Wells for saying what he said in the group.
Yeah. Don't say anything.
So, not going to say anything. So, we got to wait a whole, 5 days?
5 days to talk about it.
At the time, it seemed great. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to go all see the movie. So, as a group of us of what? Eight or so?
8 of us are going to go see it.
So, at time seemed good. But now I'm like, 5 days?
That's pretty long.
That's why I had to jump out the window. I'm like, I can't do it.
This is the weekend, though, because Game of Thrones, to jump ahead a bit, there is a massive war scene coming. And obviously Avengers is a massive war as well. So,
well, apparently episode 3 of Game of Thrones is the most expensive episode of the season.
Which would make it the most expensive episode ever filmed?
I don't know. You'd have to look that up. I have no idea. But, yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of CGI because of the White Walkers.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Half the people in the war CGI only.
So like Wells been bashing this season just basically because it's been a lot of setup. Yeah. What I really want to happen is it goes backwards and it's from the White Walkers' perspective. so it's basically setting them up
for one big showdown. Now we see all the White Walkers getting together and talking about how they got to this point before the big war.
That would make him so happy.
That would be so funny. But I feel bad for him because he's binge watched. So, you know, if he wants to see what happens next, he just clicks play and the next episode starts playing. So to wait a week and to get 2 slow burns, right?
Yeah, he basically watched it differently than we did. So I kind of understand his
impatience.
Yeah, impatience. You got any recommends or warns from this week?
No, I don't have anything. I don't have any like absolute gold. I have one warn.
You didn't watch any movies in Sarnia? Nothing.
I did. I watched a couple of movies. So you know what? I'm gonna make a recommend. I recommend people taking a video game that has a storyline that's supposed to be great and just watching the story on YouTube.
Why would you want to do that?
I did that with Mortal Kombat 11 because I'm not buying Mortal Kombat 11. I've given up on Mortal Kombat. I know I'm going to play it for like 2 weeks and I'm just going to stop.
The point of the video game is to play it.
I know, right? But they make the story for Mortal Kombat is 3.5 hours long. It's longer than a feature film. So you just pull up YouTube. It has every game ever made there, and I just watched it like it was a movie, and it was good.
Forgive me if I've ever told the story in the podcast. So you remember Metal Gear Solid 1?
Yep.
So I beat it one time, but then I was over at my buddy's house, and I was like, okay, let me just play this video game because I just wanted to run through it again and beat it. So I was playing it, and then my buddy was sitting there watching me play, and he's like, oh, that's cool. Then his brother and his daughter came in, and they're sitting there watching. He's like, oh, this is cool. His dad came in, sat down, started watching. He was like, oh, it's cool. Because if you guys remember the first Metal Gear Solid, there was a lot of cutscenes. I think these guys started the long cutscenes. It almost plays like a movie because they were watching it beside me. And it's like, this is a movie.
It's a feature film. That's like they're creating film.
Yeah. This is like a movie, and they're watching the storyline and watching it unfold and stuff like that. And it's like at the end, it's like, man, I felt his brother's like, I felt like we just watched a movie.
And you did.
Basically I did. So I understand what you're talking about, kind of. I still won't do it because how long is all the cutscenes from Mortal Kombat? An hour and a half?
3.5 hours.
Yeah. See, I'm not watching that.
Of cutscenes.
I'm not watching that.
Well, you know, you're not.
Did you watch it all at once?
Yeah, you're just not as vested as I am in what happens in the Mortal Kombat universe.
Clearly not. One sitting 3 hours. That's the Avengers movie right there.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I was just getting in the mode. And I warn, I guess, is playing video games on like Wi-Fi, playing online games, and don't do it.
Why not?
It ruins the experience for everybody. Just direct connect. Just connect. play with a good connection.
Oh, you mean the hardwire? Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was lost in what you're saying. So through the Wi-Fi, obviously you're gonna get the buffering and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You want the strong Ethernet connection. Usually, most of my devices are actually
just hardwire.
Hardwire connection with Ethernet
Don't be that
cable.
guy.
And I tell people that all the time when I'm in people's house. I'm like, no, just get the Ethernet connection. It's a lot better.
Plug it in.
Let's see. Do I have any recommends or warns? Remember the movie Atlanta?
Yes.
No, not Atlanta. ATL.
ATL, yeah.
With T.I.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
You know what?
It's not a good movie. I watched it. I think I watched it twice last month.
Okay.
That's where I fell in love with Lauren London.
That's a good call.
100%. That's where I fell in love with Lauren London. It's a cute movie.
It is a good movie.
I like it. T.I. is not a good actor.
No, but you know what? He plays T.I. in the movie. And that's fine.
He was, I think at the time, he was playing like an 18-year-old or something.
Yeah.
At the time, he was like 24.
Yeah.
He still looked 18.
Yeah.
Because T.I. is a small guy.
Yeah, you could pull it off. You could probably play 18-year-old like right now.
That's probably one of my recommends. Another recommend I have is Drive. Watch that movie. Do you remember this one?
No.
Oh my goodness. This is with what's my man from London. I actually found out he's from London. Ryan Reynolds? No, not Ryan Reynolds.
Canadian.
Yeah, he is Canadian. The guy's Canadian.
Oh, the guy's
Notebook. Come on. Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling.
Guy's a stud. Like hurts my seal. I'm like, yeah.
So this is the year he did like 3 movies. It was Drive. There's one he did with Steve Carell. It was a comedy. And there's one he did with I'm just horrible with this. If we had Wells, you'd just be pulling him. And there's another one he did with George Clooney, and that was another drama. So he basically did 3 movies in the same year, but different. Like he was kind of the bad guy in Drive.
Right.
I love Drive, man.
I've seen it.
It's on Netflix.
I've seen it a very long time ago.
Yeah, I highly recommend you watch it again, man. Oh man, you were just like, this is great. Like just a quiet. Though he's very what do you call it? He's not name by name the character.
Yeah.
Very quiet role. He barely says anything in the movie. But you can tell like he's a dangerous guy. Like you can just tell he's dangerous.
That Ryan Gosling, dangerous guy.
They give him no background at all. You're just like, how the hell can he do all these things?
Why is he so mean?
And I posed a question. I was like, who do you think would win, this guy or John Wick? And we're like, it's pretty close.
No, not like nothing beats John Wick.
Who would win, John Wick or Jason Bourne?
Oh, John Wick.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no questions asked.
Wow.
No, like John Wick. First of all, John Wick gets shot every movie multiple times, and he's just like, I'm fine. Whatever.
No, most of the time he's wearing a vest or something, and then I think it went through once. That was in like John Wick 2.
He takes some damage.
He does take damage. So is Bourne.
Yeah, but Bourne, like I don't know.
Do you remember Bourne beat up somebody with a pencil?
I get it, but John Wick will shoot.
And Bourne beat up somebody with a book.
I get it. I mean, I get, but John Wick doesn't mess with books or pencils. You bring a pencil to a gunfight.
Have you ever seen the actual training videos from that?
No.
From that stuff? Because he can actually do these things. Yeah, 100%.
Come on,
the shooting and the martial. Because I think he's a black belt in something. I can't remember.
Yeah,
like the judo and stuff like that. He's actually And this is when I say I have my beefs with Marvel and their fighting scenes.
Oh, it's not their fault. They're casting
But you see if and again I'm going to show it to you because he can actually shoot guns like how he does in the movie.
Yeah, and
he can actually fight like that because he takes the time to actually do it. And there's choreographers and all that kind of stuff.
Like he's been doing kung fu ever since the Matrix. He's probably
like,
I better be good at this.
Probably, but yeah, I'll show you some of the videos. Like he can actually shoot the gun. Like when you see him training, he's like, oh, that's exactly how it's done.
That's John Wick.
That's exactly how it's done. And do I got to warn? Dracula the Untold. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, why would you even?
Have you seen this?
No, is it bad?
Very, very bad.
Is it bad or is it just like CGI?
It's horrible. It's garbage.
Is it bad enough to just spoil it right now?
So basically, it's what's kind of crazy because it's an origin story.
Yeah, I knew that.
So basically, it's about this king who becomes a vampire.
In order to save
his people and stuff like that. So he basically becomes Dracula. Then he turns all his people into vampires that end up being killed in the beginning. To save his love and all that kind of stuff. Did you know that Dracula was supposed to Dracula kicked off the monster universe?
Yes.
So that was in the same universe as the Mummy. And did they release another movie? Or was that it? And they scrapped it.
What was the other one?
There's supposed to be another one, Invisible Man. That was played by Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
And Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are supposed to be played by Gladiator. What's his name? Russell Crowe.
Wow. And they were just like, we're not going to do this.
No, because the Mummy tanked so bad.
Yeah,
they just scrapped it.
There's no
So that was supposed to be the vampire in that universe.
Right.
Because at the end of the movie, the vampire that turned him is like, oh, let the games begin. Because you can tell it's an origin story because now they're going to start whatever they're going to do.
Yeah.
So I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to see where they're going to go with it.
You're like, oh, I want to watch the next one.
But it's a horrendous movie. It's absolute trash.
So is it a warn because there's no sequels, or is it a warn because those people shouldn't
The
watch
movie's trash. I just wanted to see where they're going to do with it. I never watched The Mummy. Did you see The Mummy?
I watched The Mummy.
And?
I didn't enjoy it. Sometimes I can appreciate a movie. I'm like, oh, this is okay. I like what they're trying here. Like, I was like, nah, they shouldn't make any more of these. And like, they won't. So,
well, apparently they are.
Oh, so they're going ahead with the same.
Yeah, apparently they are. I think some executive somewhere is trying to reboot the whole thing.
I'm gonna do it, guys. I got the money.
I got the money, and I'm gonna try and reboot it. So anyway, that's that.
That's
Game of Thrones. You want to talk some Game of Thrones episode 2?
Yes, I love it.
So basically, this episode was. How did it start? I can't remember how it started. There was a lot of talking. There was a lot of talking.
There's a lot of talk going on.
There's a lot of talk going on because there was that one part where Daenerys tried to reconcile with Sansa.
Yeah,
because she was giving her cut eye, and there was a bit of a bonding there going on
a little bit
until the end of the conversation.
Well, what you're seeing right now is that Daenerys is having a problem
relinquishing power.
Yeah, like she had a goal at the start of this, and she has the same goal right now. The problem is that there's bigger things at play here, and she's not proving to be the leader that these people need, which is unfortunate.
I don't know if she's not proving to be the leader that they need. It's because, again, this is the same episode near the end. Sorry, people, we're going to be jumping around, so spoilers here. Okay. So, I like how we say that after we start talking about it.
If you haven't watched it by now, it's too late. It's too late if you haven't seen it.
So, at the end, near the end anyway, when Jon tells her who he is, she kind of stepped back. It was like, so are you going to want the throne now? Kind of gave him that look. Are you going to want the throne now?
Well, what happens
They never answered it, but...
Because he has legitimate claim to the throne, they're never going to accept her having a claim to the throne. Just like the throne is currently like in
well, does Jon? Right? Well, the whole question is, does Jon want the throne?
Yeah. Well, as soon as
even if Jon does want the throne,
yeah,
is she going to give that power up?
No.
And knowing Daenerys, no, because even when Sansa says, "Oh, what's going to happen to the North when you guys are done with all this?" It's like, what do you mean? Like we said, we would never bow to another king or queen. We're going to be the North, and we're going to be the North. And then she recoiled back. It's like when you thought they were going to be bonded, then she kind of recoiled back
because the game continues, right?
Yeah.
But if Jon, even if he lets his name be known, there will be a rift in the entire kingdom. Which is where the problem starts. Great storytelling.
Yeah. Remember we had a little bit of argument when we were talking about what's her face in the King's Landing?
Yeah.
And how the dirty pirate slept with her, and then she like came at that look she gave was because she was already pregnant, and I totally forgot about that.
Oh, that's right.
When the dirty pirate's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put a baby in your belly." No, I'm already pregnant.
Yes. Again.
I totally forgot about that. Because they mentioned it. Remember, they were like, "Oh, I thought the baby would change her."
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? And we'll dig back now. The entire time, the throne's been controlled basically by the Lannisters. For
the most part, yeah.
As soon as Baratheon died,
yeah, for the most part,
it's all Lannister.
Well, it's his family, right?
Well, it's the Cersei and Jaime all the whole way through the whole show.
So Jaime popped up. They basically had a whole council meeting, and what's her name? The big girl, the warrior woman, Brienne of Tarth stood up for him. And basically, because everybody in that room wanted to kill him. Everyone in that room had a reason to kill him.
He is the Kingslayer.
Everybody had a reason to kill him in that room. They stood up and said no, blah, blah, blah. And that was the same thing where they found out that Cersei's not going to bring her army up.
Yep.
And then they turn to Little Man and says, "You're an idiot. You should have seen this coming."
He's been in trouble. Actually, he's not the guy he used to be. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, he used to be cunning, and that was the whole thing, right?
Yep.
She kind of forgave him though, because she was mad at him, but she kind of forgave him at the end. He's like, when he says, "Oh, I want to fight," I'm like, "I don't need you for your fighting. I need you for your brain." Yeah. So when it's all over, I'm gonna need your brain.
Yeah.
So I don't need you to fight. What else happened? This is basically the how to spend the last night because we might all die next episode.
They alluded to all dying consistently during the episode.
Yeah.
So they're preparing you basically for
some people aren't going to make
it. It is not. Yeah, it is not going to be a smooth
it.
episode the next time, and they're letting you know by all of them saying everyone's going to die. You guys are now prepared for.
There was that great scene by the fireplace when everyone was in there, and then Brianna Tarth got knighted by Jamie.
Yeah, that's a death sentence, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's a see you later.
And there was that redheaded guy with all his jokes.
He's pretty funny. He just likes Brienne.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Now
I think Jamie likes her.
Is Jamie in love with Brienne?
It looks like it.
He came to King Landing to serve under her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks. Well, that's just probably the. I don't know what to say because that's typical of every show, right?
Yep.
Because I remember I was talking with Benny, and he's like, Daenerys will probably give the throne because she loves Jon. I'm like, that's so stereotypical.
Yeah, if that happens, I'm just gonna turn the TV off.
Yeah, if that happens, I'm turning the TV. Yeah. Like, it's so stereotypical. Oh, I'm in love with you, so I'm gonna give up my throne. No. Daenerys is not that person.
No.
And again, maybe that's us looking at it. Jamie is like so in love. Maybe this is the best of friends. I don't know.
I think that's he's gonna sacrifice himself because he can't make it to the end. Like,
I've always thought that he was gonna be at the end, and he's gonna kill his sister.
Oh, Kingslayer. It's good. It's really good.
Now you want to talk about what everyone was talking about this episode? The exact same thing. The exact thing you didn't want to happen.
No. Was it hard to watch for you too?
I didn't watch it.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding.
Your head?
I turned my head.
Yeah.
Wells made fun of me. I turned my head. So Arya, the girl we've all seen grow up from like 11 years old.
Yep.
Because even the guy she had a scene with, she had a sex scene. The guy she had a scene with, he was like in his 20s, and he says, "Yeah, he grew up. It was kind of weird, but then he's like, I'm just gonna do it for the art.
Yeah.
Whatever." So
whatever. Do it for the art.
And the showrunners were like, she was in complete control of the scene. She can show as much as she wanted. She can show as little as she wanted. It was uncomfortable for the entire universe.
Everyone
was like,
everybody.
No, I don't want to see this.
And that's how I realized that like the world has changed now. Like,
well, she is 22. She's playing an 18-year-old.
She's definitely old enough.
Yeah.
And she can definitely have whatever scene she wants to have.
I don't have to watch it.
But we've seen her as a kid, and it was the first time I saw everybody be collectively uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't one person I was like, good for her. Everyone was like,
all the incest in the show, whatever.
Yeah, none of that matters. Arya though, like,
everyone. I don't remember any. I turned my head. I literally was like, I put my hands on my head. Everyone in the room was like laughing at me. I'm like, no, I'm not watching this.
You know who I felt bad for?
Who?
Arya, the actual actress that plays her.
No, but she's fine.
I know she's fine, but she's seeing all this backlash of like her doing like a news.
No, she actually said. I think she put it on her Twitter. If you don't feel comfortable, too bad for you.
Yeah, well, that's what she said.
She said my mom, my dad, my whole family watched it, and we are all fine with it. If you're not comfortable with it, that's tough for you.
I get it.
And I'm not comfortable with it. I'm sorry. I'm
that's her on the surface, but behind that, you got to think the whole world just doesn't want to see you.
Maybe, okay, I see what you're saying, like the backlash or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really backlash. It's like it's like she's everyone's little sister. That's basically what the world is saying to her.
Yeah,
crazy. But I was like, why rehab? Why is this? Like, she better get murdered next episode. She better not survive this whole thing and put us through that.
No, she has to survive. She's like the best killer in there. She's like the best killer on the show. Anything else you want to talk about? At the end, you see the White Walkers come in. It was not the Night King.
I know, it was some other random dude.
Yeah, it was not the Night King. Because the Night King's probably riding his snow dragon.
He's flying his ice dragon. But the dragon that spits blue fire is actually hotter than yellow fire. So
I didn't even think about it that way. I just thought it was blue because it's ice.
Yeah,
I didn't really think about it.
Because he dead. But the plan for Bran to be like in the woods and he goes to get him in the woods, isn't that the most randomly
let's be
awkward
honest.
plan you've ever heard?
Bran's the worst actor on that show, isn't he? He's awful. That's why they give him such low lines and he just speaks in that monotone.
Random stuff.
He's an awful actor.
The thing is that he's playing such a strange like role. Like, what is he really? Like, he's a third-eyed raven. I get that. But like in terms of his speech, he's supposed to be speaking like he's not like of this world anymore. So he just randomly says stuff. And
another little trick they do is because he wears glasses, right?
Yeah.
They take off his glasses and they don't let him wear contacts.
So
that kind of view, that kind of squinty, like kind of that's actually him.
Yeah. But you have to take every single line he says. You have to like think of what he's saying because it always means more than like the surface level of it. I don't know. I think he's a bad actor. He doesn't have to do anything. He just sits in the chair.
I think that's why they don't give him anything to do because he's a bad actor.
Hey, we're gonna break your legs in the first episode, and from then on, you're just gonna lay there.
He's over that. Like he's not even Brandon. He keeps saying it. He's like, I'm not Brandon anymore.
He says all the time. He's like, I'm something else now.
Like Jamie feels more. Jamie feels horrible what he did to him, but he's probably over it.
Yeah, well, it's probably better for him because if he didn't get paralyzed,
he's over it, and he doesn't even matter to him.
Yep.
Anything else from that show episode?
Everyone gonna die. That song was cool at the end. That's it.
I didn't even notice it. My problem with these shows and movies and stuff like that, I don't notice the music till after.
Right. Yeah. People have been like singing it the whole week.
Yeah. I just don't notice it.
Go on YouTube, they'll catch it. Anyway, great build up. This is gonna be nuts. I can't wait for what happens this weekend.
You come to my place to watch it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I also want to watch it.
All right, so that's that. What's the time you got on that? Give me time.
26
minutes?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna put that in there. All right. Greatest band tournament.
Finally.
Greatest band tournament.
About time. Shoulders division.
Who?
The shoulders division. The divisions are head, shoulders.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what are you talking about?
We on shoulders right now. Now there's only technically there's 4 voters. Twitter, Instagram, and the 2 of us.
I think you had a tiebreaker.
The tiebreaker is Wells, because maybe 5. But with only 4.
Didn't you get Wells' picks already?
No. Why would I do that?
Why wouldn't you? Never mind. Why wouldn't you do that?
It's not here.
Yeah, so you only. Never mind.
Gotta be here.
Go on.
Gotta be here to make your picks, bro. Okay. So
I hope you have a tiebreaker then.
Yeah. I don't think.
Is it your pick?
No. I've made a decision. I've made a pick, and I'm the. So this week we have a couple celebrity voters, which is great. The Josie Dye Show. I reached out to the 3 people from the Josie Dye Show, Josie, Matt, and Carlin, and asked them if they would take part in voting with us. And Matt and Carlin are voting with us. Josie has not responded yet. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
They're part of the group voters. They said they're going to send picks for a couple later weeks, which will be even more fun because then, we get to hear their judgments and stuff. But
that's cool.
Pretty neat. First bands, Randy and
wait. Sorry. You want to tell people who they are?
Yeah, the Josie Dye. Everyone knows the Josie Dye Show.
No, people in the U.S. don't know.
I'm sorry. You know what? You're right. One of the stations in Toronto, one of the more popular radio stations is Indie 88. So they do the morning show from 6 to 9 in the morning, and I'm usually driving around for work in the morning, so I listen to them all the time. Really funny. And I reached out to them, and I was like, hey, man, we're doing this tournament. Do you guys want to vote? And it took them 2 days, and they're like, yeah, man, totally, we're in. And I said, as we go along, I'm going to stress you guys out to get your actual votes, and we'll go in and take a look. But they said they're in, they're voting, and they're having a good time. So
sweet.
It's great. Okay, start the tournament. Run DMC versus Migos. Now, I will say this. I randomly generated this entire tournament, and apparently every hip-hop act has been matched up together in the first round. It's very awkward. Now, this is a tear for Nash. I know it is. Because Nash loves Migos.
Migos is the greatest hip-hop act today.
Migos might be the most successful hip-hop act of all time.
I don't know of all time. Well, what do you mean? Money?
Money, chart, fame, influence in the industry. They might be number 1. The problem is we're too early. They've been out for 2015, so it's probably less than 5 years. They've been around.
Like 5 albums or something?
Yeah, well, they've individual albums. They're doing everything that the other bands, the band like Wu-Tang, all those guys. They're accomplishing everything they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Their level of success. The problem with success nowadays is it doesn't come in purchases, right? Now
you got to go to streaming. You got to see that. It's hard. It's available, but it's harder to see now.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many streaming services.
So we can't. Can we compare streams to album sales? I don't think we can.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah, they have 5 albums.
Right?
And plus the individual accolades, we say, just like G Unit.
Yep.
Outside of the Migos, they had great success because all 3 of them had a collab album with another artist. And then they just recently came out with their solo albums. Last one being Offset, probably the weakest one in the group. Yep. Offset is probably the weakest member of that group, but he's probably one of the more famous members.
He's probably the biggest like celeb. Well, I don't know. Quavo's the biggest.
Well, between him and Quavo.
Yeah, but Offset's got a lot going on outside of the group. Obviously,
yeah.
The Cardi B. Like, I don't know. To me, I think in 10 years from now, we're gonna find out how great they are.
I think they've already come out with their Thriller album.
Yeah.
The Culture.
Do you think 2 or 1?
Culture.
I'm
Culture.
gonna say
Culture.
1.
Yeah.
I'm
Culture.
gonna say 1.
Yeah. Culture's the biggest album. That album's. I was about to use a slang. That album's pretty good.
Now, the Culture 2 is a great sequel.
Yes, very.
It is a great sequel album. It's like, we're just gonna give you the Culture again with new songs, and I appreciated that very much.
Yeah.
But like,
other solo album stuff, the producing, the ad-libs of today, they run the ad-libs right now.
They are the standard.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to, like, that's the one thing I want to, like, hammer home is, like, these guys are literally carrying hip-hop, I think, the way
they're saying trends. They're saying trends now.
Yeah,
hip-hop.
well, they are what hip-hop, like, the stuff that you hate, the mumbling and stuff like that everyone hates, they are the forefathers right now of it.
Run DMC, though.
This is the problem. Right?
Run DMC.
The problem we have.
Everything that Migos does, everything that Migos is right now, yeah. Run DMC did it first.
Yeah.
And I like even down to the fashion.
Yeah.
The Adidas with no socks because it represented the prison culture. Mm-hmm. The gold rope chains, the wearing all black. The cultural impact.
Run DMC has a Lifetime Achievement Award for hip hop. Oh, they are also in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They have 7 albums, I believe.
Yeah.
I think from 84 all the way to 2012.
Oh?
Yeah, that's the last one they came out with. No, wait, sorry. That's an Essential album. Sorry, excuse me. 2008.
Right.
Hard Times. There's a live album and stuff like that. Greatest hits. Sorry, so it's not really 5. It's more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
6 albums.
Rev Run is.
What else can you say about this album? What else can you say about this group?
Run DMC?
Yeah.
Run DMC.
They've had shows. Reverend Run.
They made the ultimate crossover. They took, I think.
Oh, with Aerosmith.
Yeah. Walk This Way. They took hip hop. And I won't say they sold out, but they brought it into a household thing where it was okay in the household. You know what I mean? Like when they took,
I think LL Cool J did that more, but they were slightly before. They're in the same vein. Okay, yeah, I'll agree with that. I will agree with that.
I think Run DMC made hip hop acceptable, not cool. You know what I mean? By the time Walk This Way came out, I don't think Run DMC was a top group anymore. But they made it like where your parents could be like, oh, okay, whatever. This hippity hoppity stuff is all right.
This hippity hoppity stuff.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're like, didn't they get a deal with Adidas?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no. KRS One was number 1.
With what?
Sprite.
No, that was after. They had Run DMC had a deal with Adidas in the 80s. In the 80s, yeah. That Sprite stuff was after.
Right. Their biggest song on Spotify is "Walk This Way."
Oh yeah, that's obvious. Yeah, that's
like
one of the biggest songs.
Then it's tricky. Then it's like that. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Like I don't know. In terms of like pure rap skill, I don't know how good they were in that respect. But as a group,
Smythe, I wish you really seeded these properly.
Nope.
I wish you really seeded these properly.
You know why?
Because it's unfair that these two guys have to go up against each other. It was unfair that you two and...
What's going to be great is you're going to hear so many bands. You're like, oh my God, why are they going together? It's because there's so many great bands. Like, to limit it to 64, you're going to have crazy matchups like this because there's so many great
these
bands.
matchups are supposed to be later.
I know. Give me your rating. Make your pick. This is hard for you. I know it's hard for you.
I'm gonna pick Migos.
That's a good. You know what? You know what? No, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you for picking Migos.
I will. It's only because I'll play Migos a lot more. Then again, I like today's hip hop. Not a lot of people. Not a lot of people of my age will say that.
Yep.
But I love today's hip hop.
Here's my thing. Okay. Run DMC had some great hits, and they did a great job as pioneers. They were great.
Are you really gonna pick the Migos?
If you compare,
are you really gonna pick the Migos?
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. And if you think of like longevity, if you think of what someone's going to contribute, like having a flash in the pan collaboration record that becomes historical is great.
Are you really going to pick the Migos?
Does that make you a great band?
Are you really going to pick the Migos?
I'm picking Migos.
Wow.
I am taking Migos. Want to hear a good one? The fans on Instagram, Run DMC, 70%.
Of course they did.
To 30%. But the reason why there's no tiebreaker is because on Twitter, 75% to 25%.
Wow.
Migos takes the first round.
Hold on a second. And you know, Wells would have picked Run DMC. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Hey.
He'll probably say it next episode. But you know he's going to pick Run DMC.
Yeah, he would have took his pick next episode and freaked right out. But we'll never know he's not. Oh, remember last time he missed it?
He gave his vote. He gave his vote. No,
he didn't.
Yes, he did. Because I actually went out and reached for him.
That's right. You reached out for his opinion. Not doing that here. Okay. Next up. Oh, Pink Floyd, Motley Crue. Now, the thing about Pink Floyd is if you had to pick the greatest album of all time, the greatest album ever made, Pink Floyd has an album there. Do you know what album it is? You don't know what album it is?
No, keep talking. I can't talk right now.
Nash is currently just coughing up blood here over in the corner. It's just great. Let me just find the album because it's skipping my brain right now. But
the wall.
There you go. Yeah, Pink Floyd, great band, tons of awards. Are they Canadian?
No.
All right, they got Juno. They got a Juno International Album of the Year for The Wall, Grammy Hall of Fame, Best Rock Instrumental for Marooned, Dark Side of the Moon, Best British Album. Here's, like, does Motley Crue even compare?
No.
Is this an easy one?
Okay, The Wall was made into a movie, one of the greatest albums of all time, period. Period, end of story. Wells said this a couple months ago.
Wells said this might be the best album ever.
Remember when he said, he brought up the fact that the greatest albums of all time. And I mean, no, timeless albums. That's how he worded it. Timeless albums. I think like Thriller was on that. There's only like a few. Thriller was on that, and The Wall was on that.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd, everyone knows Pink Floyd. Period, end of story. Motley Crue, I don't know how to say this, but they suck.
The dirt.
They're a horrible band, man. I can't stand Motley Crue. Did you watch that movie?
No, I did not watch it. Now, it's because I wasn't really into Motley Crue. Dr. Feelgood? Nothing?
No.
You don't feel
I couldn't stand Motley Crue.
Oh, man.
Out of all the hair bands of the 80s, this is one of the worst.
It's rough because they had a
Now they had a celebrity on top of them because they were known for like rocking out and partying all the time and whatnot.
I mean, they got 100%ed.
I'm sorry?
100% of people
by who
voted for Pink Floyd. No,
Pink Floyd. I was
not a single vote.
Because Motley Crue's not good.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe they didn't belong in here at all.
No, they didn't.
Man, that's rough. I'm
they
sorry,
definitely did not.
Sorry, Motley. Like, I thought you guys had a shot. Now, when you guys got thrown up against Pink Floyd, I know you weren't going to win, but like, I mean, not a single Twitter, nothing. Like, that's rough.
They're not good. They're not a good band.
All right, we'll move right along.
Do you have Guns N' Roses in this?
Yeah, of course they're here. Come on.
Okay.
Like, why would I not have Guns N' Roses?
Like, they're not as good. They're not really up there, but
Guns N' Roses?
They deserve to be there more than Motley Crue.
I mean,
they have one album, Appetite for Destruction.
Damn.
After that, nothing.
Like the greatest.
And then a couple songs after that.
The most epic guitar.
Anyway, we'll talk about that when it happens.
Next matchup. Is
so we're Pink Floyd, not even a question.
Yeah, there's no. We know who's advancing here.
All right.
Here's a rough one, man. Led Zeppelin is up against TLC. Here's what I'm going to say to you.
Go on.
When it comes to female groups, TLC has won probably the most awards outside of Destiny's Child.
Awards?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Waterfalls is really big. Crazy Sexy 2, massive album. No Scrubs was a culture changer.
What was that band where the Aretha Franklin came from?
Pointer Sisters?
The Pointer Sisters? Anyway, sorry. We're not even talking about them. Anyway, go on. What do you want to say about these guys?
TLC's done a lot, man. They've done a lot. Can you say they launched the black girl groups?
No. It's not even close. There were
popular ones?
Yeah, not even close. There were so many groups in the
Supremes.
No, come on, man. Like, get some historical references in there, please. Not even close.
Was anyone more decorated though?
Oh, you're telling me there's only been one.
What do you mean?
Well, you said there's only Destiny's Child had more awards than it.
Yeah.
So
isn't that worth something to you? Like, I get Led Zeppelin is Led Zeppelin.
Yes, Led Zeppelin is Led Zeppelin.
Right? Does Stereo hasn't beat everything that TLC's done?
That's
the question you have to ask.
So TLC had 2 good albums? No.
I would like to say 1, but maybe they have 2. Fan mail, maybe.
Those TLC.
Crazy, Sexy, Cool.
And the one before that one, where Left Eye was wearing a condom over her eye. Well, I can't remember what the name of that album was.
Fan mail?
Sorry.
Fan mail.
Oh, Fan Mail. No, Fan Mail was after.
Oh, well then, I don't know that for TLC.
Thanks for doing research on this one.
This first round, it's hard, man.
Is it? I'll do a little research. Anyway, sorry.
I was going to read up, do I remember all 64 bands? Half of me gone in the second round.
Anyway, no, they did not launch the black, especially the black female groups. There were so many. There were so many more.
Here's my thing: when you think of the older ones, the Supremes, the Pointers, those ones, they weren't mainstream popular.
Yes, they were. They were. They were huge.
Okay. You can give them huge. I don't know. What I'm thinking is that you have to get into this era where they were coming up with winning awards for best band and stuff like that. They were winning up Grammys for being top groups. Period. In this time, right? That didn't exist before TLC, unfortunately. Anyway,
no, because they weren't invited.
Yeah, that's true too. I'm just telling you who got.
Wait, isn't Grammys young? How old is the Grammys?
I don't know. What kind of question is that?
How old is the Grammys? It's not that old.
Oh, look it up.
Not compared to the Oscars. TLC, Led Zeppelin. What do you want to say about Led Zeppelin? Who doesn't know Led Zeppelin? A band in the 70s, 60s, 70s.
70s.
I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna vote for Led Zeppelin. I'm not even. That's not even a question for me. I'm voting Led Zeppelin, not TLC.
Yeah, everyone's going Led Zeppelin. So Twitter was tied.
Really?
Yep, Twitter was tied. Here's the thing. I think the hip hop fans or the pop fans they're on Twitter. 92% though Instagram, and me and you. It's Led Zeppelin.
All right. Next.
I'm sorry, TLC. It's rough. Pearl Jam and the Police. Jeremy, even flow.
Oh, wait, you started this tournament. You're supposed to. So what about? Yeah, you're supposed to be telling me about these bands.
Well, Pearl Jam is one of the 3 90s.
One of the 3 90s?
Nirvana.
No, they were like the grunge band.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam.
Yeah, they're like the grunge band. Huge songs, even to this day. Jeremy, what was their big album? Yellow cover. Someone who's supposed to be doing research for this should be able to tell me this. Smythe.
Where you guys thought I was researching every single band. Now, what I said was, when we get into the ones that have a chance of winning this bad boy, we're going to dig into the history of these bands.
Band from Seattle. Again, this is
did grunge start in Seattle?
Yes.
Is that where we're just gonna say, like, if you weren't from Seattle, you were not a part of it?
Well, think about the bands that's from grunge. They're all from Seattle.
Like, think about the bands. That's a good call. Like, okay.
And what was the other band you had?
The Police, man.
The Police. You say what was it? What was the lead singer of the Police? Sting. Basically became famous after the Police.
Yeah.
How many albums did they have? I don't even know how many albums they had.
The Police?
Yeah. Like, they broke up, came together a couple times.
4? You call it 4? Now, here's the thing. Police, internationally known. Pearl Jam.
Pretty big band. It's one of the bigger bands in the world.
In the world?
Yes. Pearl Jam, 100%.
I don't know if I'm going with that. I think they're doing well in America, in the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
You go outside of that. Now, I guess Even Flows. Alive. Jeremy.
I guess.
Roxanne.
No,
Every
Roxanne.
Breath You Take.
Is Roxanne the Police?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was...
No.
Is it Police?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Again, this is another one I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to go with, since you have nothing to offer on this one, I'm going to go with Pearl Jam.
Since you have nothing good to offer. Instagram, Pearl Jam. Twitter, Pearl Jam. See, like, here's what I think. I think
you're the one running this tournament. You can't really criticize the way you're putting on the votes.
I know, but I feel like the fans are just going with their hearts here. There's some classics, but well, would you ever consider the Police the greatest band of all time?
No.
The answer is no. So if you go early, you gotta go early. Hot Boys versus Outkast. The Hot Boys only had 2 albums, but individually, Lil Wayne, one of the biggest artists of all time.
We're not counting individually.
No. Now,
Juvenile is one of the biggest artists at the time.
Yeah.
And what was the other guy's name? It was at the time, even when the Hot Boys were hot, like good, Lil Wayne wasn't good.
He was the outside guy.
It took him a long time to get there.
We're BG.
BG. That was the guy.
But he had a Navy.
That was the guy I was trying to figure out.
Those guys basically recreated Southern hip hop because the South,
again, it was another movement. Yeah, it was another movement.
Right?
After Jay-Z and The Rock and all this stuff, it was the Hot Boys that came around and basically started another movement.
Yep.
Of hip hop. A lot of big names came out of that group.
Those guys made it from the basement. Those guys were basement rappers. Like, I don't know how they got it.
This is Young Money. This is Young Money starting off right here.
Yeah.
This is Birdman, Turk, all those guys. They started a movement. That Bling Bling. What started by Lil Wayne.
What they did for pop music, I won't even say hip hop, for pop music at the time, back that ass up. These songs play today. Mm-hmm. They're major songs today. Mm-hmm. They came from these guys.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we're comparing the resume to Outkast, and I'm not even sure if that's a comparison that it's possible to make. Outkast, I think, has a chance to actually win this thing as one of the greatest bands of all time. We know the Hot Boys were not going to go far in this competition. Outkast has the resume to potentially go extremely far. They've done it all.
Do you have the resume? Do you have the resume?
This is the resume, I think. Now, do you think...
No, do you have the resume? That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, of what?
Albums? Five albums.
5 albums?
5 albums.
Southern Playalistic, AT Aliens, Aquemini, Speaker Box Love Below, Stanko.
Oh, you said you did it out of order. I thought you were going to go in order.
Sorry,
I thought you were going to go in order.
Sorry. So
Stankonia, Speaker Box Love Below.
Speaker Box is technically their last album.
Which was kind of crazy because it was kind of a double album. Now, this is
Not
back
kind
in
of. It was a double album.
Yeah, it was a double album. Now, this is back in the day when, albums actually mattered, when you went out and go bought a CD.
Yep.
How much did you play the Love Below before you even realized there was Speaker Box there? I must have been a month straight.
And you're like, what? Let's flip the CD over. Oh my God.
Okay, maybe I'll play Speaker Box now.
Maybe I'll run this other side.
Now,
after...
It was Speaker Box was Big Boy, and Love Below was Andre 3000. basically threw Andre 3000 into superstardom.
Yep.
And that was 2003.
Well, they won Album of the Year in 2004. So late.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that when they came up? Was it Album of the Year? And they came up and they said, "Yo, the South got something to say, and you guys got to learn and stuff like that." And blah blah blah. Basically, putting themselves out there.
And then after that, they went and made.
As far as hip hop is concerned, they were about the biggest.
They went diamond. They went in sync.
They were one of the first.
Yeah, they went in sync. Only other guy that's done is 50 Cent. Get rich or die trying, right?
Yeah. Quemini is obviously my favorite album.
Was it Quemini your favorite, or was AT Aliens your favorite? Okay, let's. All right, fine. Nash just showed me a tattoo
Of the Quemini logo.
So he has a favorite, obviously. But after Speakerbox Club of they actually did a movie which accompanied a soundtrack as well.
Oh yeah, they had a soundtrack one. Yeah,
Which
that
would-
movie sucked, and then soundtrack sucked too.
That movie was great. I thought it was fantastic.
What was the movie called?
Idlewild.
Oh, okay.
They made
that soundtrack sucked too.
What?
That was their worst album.
No, Chronometrophobia.
That was their worst
Never
album.
heard it.
That was their worst album.
It's a movie soundtrack.
I never played it. I never
You
played
can't
it.
call it an album. You got to call it what it is. Big Boy's had some albums since. A lot, actually. And Andre 3000's popped up here or there.
Yeah, and freestyles and like singles and stuff like that.
He has like prestige behind it. Like he's not going to rap for anybody anymore. I don't know. He's weird. Weird guy.
What was their best album?
Their best album? For me? I like AT Aliens. I thought that was who they were.
Really?
Yeah, I thought AT Aliens was exactly who they were.
Not Quemini.
No, Aquemini was fantastic, but I think Aquemini, they got the credit that they should have got during AT Aliens. So AT Aliens was ahead of his time, and then Aquemini, like, it got 5 mics. That was, the first duo to ever get 5 mics.
You want to explain what 5 mics is?
Sorry. In the Source magazine, every time an album came out, it got a rating, and 5 mics was a classic, and they preserved it only for the best albums. So Outkast was the first group to ever hold this. Who else has gotten 5 mics? Nas got it on Illmatic. They got it on Ready to Die.
A few, very few.
Very
few.
few.
They
It was very
didn't
rare.
give 5 mics out.
No, it was actually prestigious.
I think later on they started doing that because when
they
the source,
tried,
when the
readership
source went
goes
down.
Yeah, they were like, "Come on, guys, 5 mics for everyone." Yeah, I don't know. The Hot Boys don't really have a chance in this.
So we're going.
Okay. Is anyone picking Hot Boys? Not Instagram, not Twitter. So it's just you. Are you gonna take the dive?
Who, Hot Boys?
Yeah.
You know I'm not.
Okay, Coldplay versus the Beatles.
Smythe is laughing because I rolled my eyes. All right, go. Speak on it. Speak on it, my friend. Speak on it, my friend.
Coldplay came on late, but they're like Nickelback of Britain, basically. Like, I like them.
I think now they've gotten that reputation.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
The last couple of records, I don't know.
I loved Coldplay when it came out.
I loved Coldplay. I don't know how
It was me, you, and Steve. Shout out to Steve. Would play Coldplay endlessly.
I was all about
Yellow, The Scientists.
Yep.
They had like 4 good albums before they started going weird.
Yeah, they had 3. After X and Y.
And there was that album that came up before that was legendary that nobody had, but everyone knew about it. I couldn't find that album for the life of me. It was the album before Yellow.
Yellow was Parachutes. What came before?
Sorry, Parachute. No, sorry.
Yellow is Parachutes.
Okay, Parachutes. Yeah, sorry, Parachutes. The album before. There's an album before Parachutes,
That's like a demo album.
but nobody has it.
Well,
But it exists.
I can't even. I feel like I've never heard it. But this band, fantastic. I always say bands get Americanized, and they come over here and they make this happy-go-lucky music, and the ratings are great, but the music is meh. Like Milo Xylo.
Who?
Okay. That's their 4th album. It's when it started all going awry.
Oh, their album. Oh, okay. Sorry. Excuse me. I was like, what are you talking
It's
about?
when everything started going awry.
Is that the one where they're wearing those stupid like army soldier uniforms? Oh yeah.
And then Ghost Stories, and then
After Y, is it X and Y or
X
Y
and
and
Y.
X? After that,
yeah,
forget it.
it fell apart. It fell apart, and it's not their fault.
Because that album had great marketing too.
Yeah.
Because they had a bunch of like visuals for that album. So
That's when they had the song with Jay-Z on it. And so anyway,
yeah, because then on his album Kingdom Come they had Beaches, I think it was, with
Beach Chair.
Beach Chair.
And up against the Beatles. Now, for starters, how long do you think the Beatles' run was?
I have no clue. Maybe up until into the 80s. When did they break up? I don't even remember when they broke up.
Right? Their run was less than 10 years.
But a massive.
When
I say it was like a meteor hit Earth when these guys hit.
Yeah.
That's how much influence these guys had.
Yeah. But like, how good was the music?
Huh?
How good was the music?
Damn good.
Damn good.
Damn good. Are you going to pull a Wells on me here?
Let's say what?
Wells doesn't like the Beatles.
Of course he doesn't. You know why? Wells doesn't like great.
Sorry, I shouldn't speak from you. I should allow. I should allow him to speak for what his opinion is.
The Beatles' run was from 1960 to 1970. That's it.
Well, it was John McCartney and
yeah. After it was all Paul McCartney.
Well, it was Paul McCartney and John. They were just butting heads, right? John Legend. They were just butting heads. Apparently, Yoko came in there. She's still alive.
Is she?
She's 80-something years old or something like that.
Is she taking all that money whenever they play Beatles songs? She's just at home collecting checks?
And I think she was older than John, too.
Yeah.
I think.
Poison him.
But...
That's not... I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. That is not nice.
He had Ringo Starr. I think he did a couple songs.
Mm-hmm.
They let him just play in the sandbox every so often. They had a couple songs. But come on, man. Come on. Are we really... I know you don't have any research for this. Maybe you'll actually have research later on. But the Beatles are the Beatles.
First, here's the thing. The Beatles are one of the most celebrated bands.
The biggest boy band ever.
Right?
Ever.
Right?
Now, I know you don't consider them a boy band because they actually play instruments.
Yeah, that is my actual rule of thumb. If you can't play an instrument, you're part of a boy band. Once you can pick up a guitar and make some noise on that, you graduated. You can be an actual band.
But the cultural status, what these guys hit with. Do you remember there's that famous picture with what's kind of funny though, but kind of tells you what the divide of the world was. You remember that there's a famous picture of Muhammad Ali?
Yep.
And all four of the Beatles were standing there, and he's punching them, and it's kind of like a domino effect where he's like going over there. Google the photo; it's a pretty good photo. So basically, Muhammad Ali came into the room with the Beatles. This is when they first came.
When they first came to America.
Muhammad Ali is walking around doing his talk and stuff like that. He posted the pictures, blah blah. They left. When they left, you know what Muhammad Ali said? Who are those guys? But it just showed you the kind of the cultural divide of the times, right? Yeah. So, but when these guys hit, it was it. Imitators came after them. The Monkees. What was the other band? Anyway, many bands tried to copy them and just imitate them and whatnot.
None of those bands are in this competition.
None of these bands are in this competition. I don't think they invented the psychedelic, but they were there. Yellow Submarine.
Yellow Submarine was...
Man, they were on drugs. You could tell they were on drugs. There was a cartoon or something about them too.
Yeah. What if I told?
Which is kind of funny because it's actually referenced in the Avengers movie too.
Well, What if I told you that Twitter is even in this?
I'm sorry?
Yep, 50-50.
I would say unfollow all those people right now.
But I'm telling you why. Twitterverse, they're young. Those guys are young. 77.
I'm not gonna blame it on youth. But
77-23 on Instagram.
For who?
For the Beatles.
Okay.
And will you give Coldplay a sympathy vote?
No.
Okay.
This is not Migos. This is not the Migos. Even though that's still weird that the Migos moved on past Run DMC. We're gonna hear this from Wells later. You know that, right?
No, I don't. You know what? I don't think it's weird. I think sometimes.
I'm not saying it's not weird. I'm just gonna say we're gonna hear that from Wells later on. I'm voting the Beatles. It's not even close.
And it's not even a conversation. All right, the Doors and the Tragically Hip. I think this is the first. I don't know who gets it.
I know who gets it.
You do?
Yes.
Do you really?
Yes.
All right, fine.
Anyone voting for the Doors is ridiculous.
What?
They're not good.
Wow. Why such disrespect?
They're not good. They're a very overrated band. They have maybe one album and a few songs. They're a very, very overrated band. This is when I got confused with the Who and the Door, which I shouldn't have done, but I got confused. But anyway, they're not good. Even in the band in the 70s, they weren't viewed as good. They were viewed as, I guess, a Nickelback at the time. I guess.
No. First of all,
yes,
Nickelback won album of the decade. You can't.
But nobody. This is the thing. You can't name anybody who likes Nickelback, but everyone likes Nickelback.
Everybody likes Nickelback, exactly.
But you can't name a single person who likes Nickelback. You don't know one person that likes Nickelback.
No, but if it comes on, if the song comes on, you're gonna start singing. This is how
I don't know who likes Nickelback.
Wait till they come up.
And the Doors are kind of the same thing. They're not good.
Psychedelic. They call it like experimental stuff.
Yeah, they have a few songs. I'm not denying that.
Right? Are you saying they shouldn't be in the competition?
Probably. I can't really go through my head of catalog and think of somebody else better.
Well, there's something.
Tragically Hip is Tragically Hip. Tragically Hip is Canadiana.
They are Canada's band.
They are Canadiana.
No questions. When Gordon Dowdy announced that he was not going to make it, people were very upset.
He passed it. He passed last year.
Yeah, he got
yeah,
it.
okay.
People were very upset when that guy said he was not going to make it. Now, I don't think they're that good of a
They're not going to go
band,
far.
talent-wise.
They're
I
not
don't
gonna go
think
far.
they're that good
They're
talent-wise.
not going to go far.
For what they did for Canadian music.
But wait, you're going to fight over the Doors?
I'm not. Yeah. So what I said when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, the Hip got a favorable first round matchup," is what I said. Okay, but the problem is that I'm alone when I say I'm not really a fan of these guys. Everyone else loves the Hip.
Yeah, they're good. I don't think they're going to go far.
Maybe some upsets.
Well, this division doesn't seem very strong anyway.
See,
But
so
they might go pretty far.
69-31, Tragically Hip. On Insta and Twitter is, I think it's a sweep. Oh no, 50-50.
Tragically, okay.
50-50.
I'm going Tragically Hip.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry, Doris. See, I don't know. The last matchup, In Sync versus Soundgarden.
Another easy one.
Easy?
Go.
Okay. Soundgarden, Blackpool Sun, Spoon Man, lead singer Chris Cornell passed away last year.
Mm-hmm. So you named 2 songs on the same album.
Yeah.
Can you name anything else?
I know. I also think they only had one album.
I think 2.
2 albums.
But then Chris Cornell was on another. He went to another group. I can't remember, another super group. Was he part of the Queens of the Stone Age? I can't remember.
I'd like to say no, because I should have known that. So that's what I was.
Another band part of that whole grunge scene, and they came later in the grunge scene. They were later 90s. Black Hole Sun was a huge. If I hear that right now, I'm yelling. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs,
as loud as you can.
At the top of my lungs.
You know what? Here's another idea that I've had. I think that we should have a segment where we just cover rock songs.
What?
Yeah, I think we should just
are you meshing on ideas on the podcast right now?
Yeah. I think that would be gold. I think people would want to hear us sing our favorite rock songs.
I don't think anyone would want to hear us.
Yeah. Well, that's an idea. It's a good idea. In Sync, last boy band, longest standing.
It's not last boy band.
Most successful. The latest. I can't. Like One Direction came after them, but not that big. Like these are the last. Like Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, In Sync. That's. I think I leave it there. And after that, everything that comes after that was poor imitation. And I only say that these guys were big time because when they had a star that came from this.
Small correction with Soundgarden. Yeah. They started in the 80s.
Whoa.
Soundgarden started in the 80s all the way till 1996. Sorry, my fault. And that was 6 albums. Sorry, my fault on that, guys. I had to correct myself right there, quick. And I did not realize they were around that long.
You're like, wait, what?
Anyway, continue with NSYNC.
Yeah, they were it for a very long time. They're the Y2K boy band, basically.
Pretty much.
Right.
Basically spawned Justin Timberlake.
Well, yes, absolutely. But like,
it was him and Usher. Those guys were the next, the guys who took over the crown from Michael Jackson at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we count Justin's work.
That's not
His body of work does not count.
He was not on. He was not.
Can we count?
No.
The comeback.
What comeback?
In Sync when they
had an album.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I don't remember them having an album.
3 albums. They did a tour. I guess tour isn't. I guess. Tour.
Yeah, they did a tour. 3 albums. Huge songs. The body of work might not be there to go far in this tournament, but again, this division is kind of weak, so maybe.
This division has crazy heavy hitters. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's pretty weak. And now the Migos moved on. It got even weaker.
I think you're not giving Migos enough credit.
No, I am giving Migos a lot of credit.
A lot of credit. They just should.
Because I just moved them past Run DMC. Because I'm giving them a lot of credit.
Here's now. Where's your vote on this?
Sorry, who's up against?
Where's your vote on this?
Oh, Soundgarden.
Soundgarden.
NSYNC.
Your vote is in sync. You said that so quickly. All right. It's a tough one. Soundgarden, 75% to 25 on Twitter.
Okay. You know, I gotta go back and listen to Soundgarden. Maybe I'm not giving them enough credit here. Who?
You're not giving them a fair shake.
Maybe I'm not giving them a fair shake.
62% to 38% on Instagram.
I'm probably not giving them a fair shake. I honestly believe now. I'm like, wait, do I not know their discography that well?
Now
I'm gonna probably go through. I was like, oh man, they have a lot of hits.
But they're pretty good. No, well, here's the thing though. Like, Soundgarden definitely has 2 hits. They are 2-3 songs.
Yeah.
No one's gonna go and dig deep and tell you they have years and years of hits. In Sync, on the other hand, you can name 5 major songs right away. Yeah. Right?
So Twitter and Instagram just voted for Soundgarden?
Yep.
And what are you voting for?
Soundgarden.
You just gave the argument that they don't have hits. You just gave the argument.
I know, but Ultra Mega OK, Louder Than Love, Bad Motor Finger, Super Unknown.
Okay.
Which albums, out of those albums, you only know 1, right?
Well, yeah, I only know 1 album well. I'm guessing I know more, I just don't realize it, but whatever.
And then that, like, it's just one of those things where, like, they have all these albums, but there's nothing there that...
All right. Okay. So, Soundgarden?
Yep, Soundgarden.
I'm curious, what do you think Wells would have went?
Wells will never go in sync.
That's true.
Right? He would have went Soundgarden 100%. And I was like,
All right. Is that it?
That's it. That's it for this week. By the time you guys see this, the knees division should be up. I have named it official.
Can you do some research, please, next time?
Oh,
can you do some research next time?
The round of 16 is going to include a historical...
All right, so we're just make votes then, and not even bother talking about them.
For the first 32 bands that are out, if they're not have a chance to be the top band, why are we going over everything?
All right. Moving on to the NHL playoffs. Do you want to talk about the last round? Excuse me.
The first round?
The first round.
Everybody we knew is now gone. I don't understand.
Lightning out in 4 to the Blue Jackets.
Penguins out in 4.
Penguins out in 4 to the Islanders. Caps in 7.
In overtime.
Surprise to some people in this room. Mm-hmm. Not Nash.
Not Nash.
Not Nash. I call that one.
Not Nash. And the Leafs are out.
Leafs are out.
Out in 7.
Anything you want to talk about them?
We can start any series you want. The Leafs, there's going to be a lot to answer for, but you took a great team to 7 games. I don't understand. Like, any team can lose. We've seen a lot of good teams lose. I don't think there should be repercussions for losing to the Boston Bruins in 7 games.
Which I think they're pretty much even.
Right.
In my opinion. Whatever.
Yeah, well, if you're even, anyone could win a game 7, right? I don't think they underperformed. And I know they went and they got Tavares and they traded for Muzzin. I get it. But
Muzzin played well. Tavares probably played the best. He's probably the best Leaf.
Yeah, he didn't score. He didn't do
it doesn't matter. He was still shining down the Bergeron line.
Was he?
Yes, he was.
They lost.
That's basically what he was there doing.
He's there to score.
He was the best 2-way player on that.
He's supposed to score goals. He's not. He's supposed to score goals and play defense.
Is that what he's for?
Yeah, he's supposed to do.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
He's the number 1 center. He's supposed to net, to put pucks in the net. I'm not saying he played poorly either. I don't think the Leafs played bad at all that series. I'm not going to say that. What I'm saying is, don't be surprised they didn't win it. Like, they're not head and shoulders better than Boston. The standings didn't say so, and history doesn't say so. So,
all right. Capitals, are you surprised at that?
Yes.
Why?
I'm amazed.
You're amazed?
Amazed.
Even though 5-on-5, the Canes were crushing them.
Yes.
It was only in the power play when they started scoring. Now, the last game was pretty good. It was really, really good.
Great.
It was almost ruined by a delay of game because they went to double overtime.
Yeah.
In the first overtime, there was a delay of penalty by the Caps, but wasn't called. But in the second overtime, a delay of the exact same, not the exact same, but
the penalty was
called.
Yeah. But a delay
Almost took away because the Caps were scoring on the power play. They didn't. Canes ended up.
Don't
winning.
you think the NHL was like the Caps need to win this game?
Right?
After everything else that was happening, they're like, man, like we gotta call this penalty, and the Caps gotta score on this because we're not gonna know any teams that are left. Blown away by this. And here's what did I say? I said Caps in 6.
Something like that.
So it's not like I said it was gonna be a sweep or anything like that.
No, I think you said like 5. You said 5.
I did say 5.
Yeah.
I said it would almost be a sweep. I don't understand like how teams that were great in the playoffs before, and it's not even like the Canes were close to as good as Washington. Like I don't know,
But they were.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you said Caps in 5. Same with Wells.
See,
You both said Caps in 5.
Same.
But they were 5-on-5. They were a much better team than they were. And I told you guys they were deep and a lot closer in talent than you guys thought there was.
But like in the
And
playoffs,
they showed it to you.
5-on-5 goals in the playoffs are like they don't usually dictate the series. Special teams usually dictate what happens in the series. Right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Sometimes Leafs series didn't happen. Preds and Sharks.
Preds and Sharks didn't play.
Preds and Stars. Excuse me.
Preds and Stars.
Preds
Yeah.
and Stars.
Dallas is here, man. I didn't see that coming either, so I can't even like. What do you want me to say? I was wrong on every series.
You were basically wrong.
I was wrong on every series.
Now Wells and I both warned you that these guys were a lot closer in talent than.
And I said the problem was that Dallas.
Now the series didn't show that really.
Well,
The Stars
I
pretty
said
much
Dallas
dominated. They
put up
scored.
goals,
Yeah, they
right?
scored.
And they played amazing.
Yeah.
And I was saying before at the start of the season, I was saying that Dallas will be in the playoffs this year, and Dallas like they can't miss playoffs again.
Yeah.
This team is too talented. They got there, and I thought that was enough for them. Apparently, they might make a run.
Jets and Blues.
St. Louis.
The Jets are very underwhelming.
No. The last 2 months they weren't playing well.
No, that's what I mean. It was kind of like the Leafs of the West, you would say.
Whoa. No. Yeah, you're right. Yes.
In the sense that
As a Leafs
they
fan,
had a lot of young stars.
I have to accept that
you wanted
correct
to,
about
yeah.
this.
They had a lot of young stars. People were expecting high hopes for these guys because these guys made it to conference finals last year.
Yeah.
So people were expecting a lot out of these guys. But the fact of the matter is they're young.
Well, no, not they're young. They weren't playing well going into the playoffs.
Well, they're young. That shows their
That's
youth.
their youth,
Sorry,
right?
Yeah, it's a youth.
And like everyone was like, they're gonna turn on the playoffs, and I'm like, that's not how it works.
Line didn't turn on at all. Well,
Right.
he scored a couple goals, but yeah.
I mean, like I don't know. Buffalo played great. I thought.
Yeah.
In desperation, the Blues won 8 of 9 to get in. When you're in playoff mode for 2 months, right?
Goalie. Binghamton is
Binghamton is the most valuable player in the NHL right now.
probably arguably the player of these playoffs. Arguably.
Well, it wasn't like he had 4 shutouts.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in terms of that turnaround, the second they called this guy up, they became the best team in the league. No,
For the most part. Yeah,
right?
for the most part, yeah.
Like not even.
Flames Avs. Shocking to us, but when we actually watched them. Now, I said that the Flames were not going to get past because I just didn't believe in them.
You said you were at second round. You're right.
Yeah,
You
I
said
didn't believe in them. I probably shouldn't have believed in them now.
Yeah.
Lost to a team with arguably only one line.
One guy, but that guy is a guy.
Well,
Now,
the whole line. But
Nathan McKinnon won that series. Overwhelming. He was overwhelming.
the Flames didn't even show up at all.
No, because they were scared.
Looked like it.
Something to be said about Nathan McKinnon, though. I think
That hasn't been said already. Like this, we said this would be halfway through the year. This kid's amazing.
Yeah, I was saying he's the real deal. Like I don't know, like we skip him when we go to Connor McDavid like all the time. And for me personally, Connor McDavid hasn't owned a series like that in his career.
He hasn't. Well, he's had one.
That's
playoff
right.
run.
He's only played one. That's right. That's
Well,
my whole
McKinnon's
point.
only had
Case
this,
in point.
Well, McKinnon's only had this one run.
Don't care. I don't care. He's doing it now.
And he didn't go. He hasn't gone as far as David did in his first time.
Well,
McKinnon's good. I'm not denying that.
Well,
McKinnon's
he's
good.
the number one pick. He's the number one pick, and I feel like we don't talk about him like he is one.
So is David. So is.
And
so anyway, Sharks and Knights.
Like think of those guys and think of Austin Matthews. Do you see what I'm saying?
This is a topic I was gonna bring up before, but I'm like, Austin Matthews isn't where he was.
He's not
sold as.
He's not these guys. Do you see what I'm saying though?
But he's also young too. You also got to think about that.
He's very young.
He's very young. So give him time.
Yeah.
And maybe with a different coach, maybe we'll do better.
Different system. But like he doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the puck handling.
He's big.
He's a shooter. He gets in the, like lining. He's basically lining there. And I guess
I don't know if he's lining. I think he's better than lining.
Oh, it's better.
All around game.
All around game. Kind of play. I don't
know. Sharks and Knights.
Wasn't that crazy?
You want to talk about Pavelski?
This penalty,
the cross check,
is one of the most talked about things
because it wasn't a penalty.
Now, I'm going to explain to you why that was a 5-minute major.
Okay, so you're going to be that guy because nobody thinks that.
I know everyone disagrees, but the league actually apologized. Did you hear about this? To the Vegas Golden Knights for that call, saying that it shouldn't have been one. But
the Sharks apologized to the Golden Knights.
Everybody apologized to the Golden Knights. But the actual rule is, if you make contact with your stick and draw blood, it's a 5-minute major. The problem is, Eakin cross-checks Pavelski, who turns and runs into someone else and falls on his face, which is why he starts bleeding. So Eakin's initial cross-check...
But the stick didn't cause the blood.
Exactly. That's the problem. But the problem is, you're not supposed to hit that guy because no matter what, if blood shows up, it's a 5-minute penalty.
None of the refs called it.
So everyone just looked at it and they're like...
No, not when the refs looked, because there's two guys.
Yeah.
Because if you freeze frame, there's two guys, there's two refs in the shot.
Yeah.
They're looking at it. They didn't call it.
Yeah. They went to the review and they're like...
When they got together, maybe a linesman told them, hey, this is what happened, but nobody saw it.
Yeah. Well, but nobody saw it doesn't mean it's not a penalty. That's not how they...
Now, the 5-minute major happened.
Yeah.
And I am going to blame the Knights. Why are you letting in three goals?
That's unbelievable.
Was it 3 or 4?
4. It's 4. It's
4 goals in 5 minutes.
Well, LeBlanc had
that's on your fault.
4 points in 4 minutes. That's insane.
Like, the penalty shouldn't have happened, but you guys letting in 4 goals?
Yeah, you can't lose a game
1
because
goal?
of 5-minute penalty.
Okay. 2 goals? 4? 4? You didn't want to win the series that bad.
Right? But the actual rule is, though, it doesn't matter what happens. If there's blood is drawn...
I understand the rule, but that's not what happened, though. Yeah, that's not what happened. The stick didn't cause the blood.
I know, but that's not the rule. The rule is if there's blood, not if if the hit causes blood. Anyway, now the Knights scored when they had 6 men to get it to overtime.
Yeah.
Insanely exciting hockey game, by the way. And then, goalie for Vegas stood on his head in overtime. Fleury was the better tendy. He stood on his head in the overtime. Mm-hmm. But there's just too many chances. Yeah. I don't know how else to say it. It was up and down so fast that there's just a chance every 2 minutes. Eventually, someone's going to score. I don't know if you want to take that kind of risk in a game 7 in overtime. Yeah. But the Knights did. I guess that's the kind of hockey they played, and they went from being up 3-0 in game 7 with how much time to go?
I can't remember.
I want to say 9 minutes.
Yeah.
To going home.
Yeah.
That third period's going on, and you're thinking you're advancing because this game is completely in hand.
Now, in this matchup, we were both on opposite ends. I thought it was a mismatch for the Golden Knights. You thought it was a mismatch for the Sharks. No, sorry, I thought it was a mismatch for the Sharks. You thought it was a mismatch for the Golden Knights. It turned out they were a lot evenly close. But then again, the Golden Knights were up
3-0 in game 7 and 3-1 in the series.
Yes.
So, is it evenly matched? You know what I mean? I mean, they didn't win, so I guess it was evenly matched, but... I don't know.
To me, I'm not going to blame, the penalty is the penalty. I'm not going to blame the penalty. Yeah. I'm blaming the Golden Knights. You guys lost when you shouldn't have lost.
You definitely shouldn't have lost.
You definitely shouldn't have lost.
There's so much talent on that San Jose team. Like Burns played literally 50 minutes in that game.
Yeah.
Because it's a game 7. Yeah. And I don't know.
They've had some of the best players in this could it be their year? Could it be their year?
I don't know.
So according to our point system, so this is the way the point system goes, kids. So we're gonna get for every series you call right, we're gonna do the same thing with the NBA. So every series you call correctly, meaning the winner, you get 1 point. Now in that same series, if you called right, if you call the right amount of games, you get another point. All right, got it. So In the first round, I'm up 5. I have 5 points. I only called one series correctly, and that was Capitals and Canes in 7 games. I also called Bruins correctly. Who else? Caps and somebody else. I'm not gonna go through this.
Well,
anyway,
Caps didn't win, so you didn't call him correctly.
Canes. I called Canes. Sorry. Whatever. I bet the Caps series. I'm not gonna go through this. Wells, you have 3 points. Smythe, you have 2. Weak.
That's rough.
Both.
Did I get the games right in any series or no? Just one question.
No. Both Smythe and Wells got no series correct in the East.
Oh my god.
All right, want to move on to the next round with our picks. Bruins and Blue Jackets. Do you have your picks in front of you, or you want me to say it for you? I'll say it for you. I call Bruins in 6. Wells calls Blue Jackets in 6. Smythe calls Blue Jackets in 6. Any particular reason for that? Now, right now, as we're talking, Bruins are up
1-0
1-0 in the series. Yes.
I think that the Blue Jackets are still in desperation mode, and Boston can fall asleep in games. And I think if it comes down to a one game or Jackets are up 3-2, they're gonna know how to put it away. Not like Toronto.
Now they were up, and then the Bruins came back in that one. I just think the Bruins are the better team. Nobody called the Blue Jackets. Everyone thought the Blue Jackets were finished, and now all of a sudden they beat the Lightning, a team that did show up. Now people are going to pick them for whatever reason. I don't know.
Magical. No, well, you have to show merit to sweep a team and sweep the best team, and they've been in playoff mode since February.
Again, that Lightning series, I'm not taking anything away from it because it was. I'm not taking the fact that they won it. I'm taking the fact that they swept the Lightning. That shows more about the Lightning than the Blue Jackets, in my opinion.
Oh, you're right about that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more Blue Jackets. Tampa Bay not showing up.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean the Jackets aren't a good team. Remember,
no, that doesn't mean they're not a good team.
And they had Boston in overtime. And remember, the Blue Jackets have been off for a while. Like Boston's been playing overnight, so they're in mode, right? Mm-hmm. They're in tune. They're sitting at home, basically waiting.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know.
It wasn't good in game one.
So Islanders versus the Hurricane. I have the Hurricane in 6. Wells has Islanders in 5. And Smythe, you have the Islanders in 5. Any particular reason for this one? Did they play already? Did they win?
They're playing right now. I don't know if it's over yet.
I don't think it's over. Anyway, continue. Why? Any particular reason? I'll look it up. Don't worry.
The main reason is the Islanders look like they're a handcuffing team, and
defensively, yes, they are crazy.
Yeah, right. If they lost 1-0 in overtime, but I mean, 1 goal in overtime, right? Yeah. So they look like they have the formula down. They shut down the Penguins. Trotz is that guy, and I think he'll have these guys playing disciplined, good hockey. And the Canes got to mess up.
Trotz has been that guy since the Predators. You can argue since Trotz has left.
Well, Nashville hasn't been Nashville.
Nashville has been Nashville.
Well, I guess Nashville is Trotz, so maybe Nashville has been Nashville.
Yeah.
But the defense, I don't know. When I watch Trotz teams play, because I watched Caps play last year, I don't know what it is he's doing. So I'm guessing other teams have no idea either. They can't break it, right? So,
again, I say Canes are just deeper. They're a deeper team. Islanders weren't supposed to be here.
Nope.
I believe this is the round where you're going to see the first round's kind of lucky. Now you're going to see the actual good teams. They're going to move on. There's no more luck in the second round.
Well,
the bebetter teams will move on.
The Islanders are the better team.
No, the Canes are the better team. The Canes are deeper. Oh, from standings wise, yeah. That's just because of their division, but
the better team.
Even though they're the same division. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. Canes are deeper. You can see it on the 5-on-5.
Canes are deeper.
Yeah. Now, defensive, you're right. The Islanders are.
I have no idea what they're doing, but they can shut down everything right now.
Yeah.
So I can't. And the 1-0 overtime win, obviously.
Now, Mrazek for the Canes, he's been shutting guys down too. Like he's really good too.
He's a good goalie. He is a good goalie. I'm like, I have nothing bad to say about that guy. You know what? Carolina's been playing their hearts out, man. I don't know how to say it.
They fought to get in. They fought, same thing as Blue Jackets. They fought to get in. They were in a little earlier, but yeah.
They've been hot for a while, though, right? We've been talking about the Canes for months now. That makes sense. They're almost the feel-good story of the league.
Blues and Sharks. As we're talking, the Blues are up 1. So I picked the Blues in 7. Wells picked the Blues in 7. And sorry, Smythe, you got Stars in 6.
Stars are in that series. Who's playing?
Blues and Stars.
Blues and Stars.
What did I say? I said Blues and Stars, right?
No, I think you said Blues and Sharks.
Did I say Blues and Stars? Excuse me. My bad.
Yeah, I'm in Dallas.
Any particular reason why?
No, I have to roll the dice now and run with it. Like, only at the beginning, I was like, these guys should be here. They're good enough, and now they got there, and now
Ben Bishop.
They put down Ben Bishop's good, but like they have talent. Like they have.
Yeah, they can score, man. They can score.
I don't like not even so much they can score. Like they just have guys that should go deep in the playoffs, and they haven't for the last couple of years. And we wrote guys off.
Yeah, they were supposed to go deep last year, I believe.
The year before,
and the year before too. Yeah, you're right. The talent's there. The talent is there. Sharks and Avalanche. As we're watching right now, the score is 1-0 in the first for the Avalanche. I have Sharks in 5. Wells has Avalanche in 6. And you, Smythe, have Sharks in 7.
They already got past one round. They just keep the ride going. The Colorado Avalanche have one scary line. The rest of their team, I won't say they're subpar players, but they aren't at the caliber of San Jose in a series. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to play Burns and you're going to play, what's the Swede? Carlson, 30, 40 minutes a night, you don't have guys that can match up with that on the other side. What's
your boy there, McKinnon?
I love McKinnon, but he's one man and he's one line. And once that's gone, and I'm not going to say the rest of the team's not good at all, but I'm going to say the rest of the team doesn't match the caliber of players.
I'm not a fan of Martin Jones on the Sharks. The talent's there. Martin Jones is probably their weak point. The goaltender for the Sharks.
No, because he outlasted Fleury.
But you just said last thing. You said Fleury was a better goaltender.
Fleury is a better goaltender. I'd arguably in a series take Fleury almost any other goal in the league. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
No, but Martin Jones has the players in front of him. That's the thing. You just named them all, right? Like they got the players in front of them. That's basically why I'm going with them. Again, the Avalanche, a team nobody wanted to pick.
Nope. Everyone shied away.
Nobody wanted to pick them. They weren't deep enough. Nobody trusted Philip Grubauer.
Nope.
But they can score that one line. McKinnon, just great player. But I'm still rolling with the Sharks. That's it. Anything else from these NHL?
You know what? The more I say, the more I put my foot in my mouth. Right now. I'm just gonna watch the game.
Tell me after the first round, you're like, why am I even picking?
Yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy the games, man. Just gonna enjoy the games. But I am enjoying playoff.
But this is the thing I think I found, especially with sports talk. People have taken the fun out of picks. The picks are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, you're right.
You're supposed to pick a game, and I'm supposed to laugh at you. That's why I'm supposed to laugh at you. Ha, you got two right, Smythe. It's supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to come back and like, obviously I don't know anything. I don't know what's gonna happen. Nobody knows what's gonna happen.
Not there.
But the talk radio now is taking the fun out of it. It's more like, you picked the Maple Leafs, Smythe? You're an idiot. You're dumb. You don't know anything about hockey. That's basically what it's come down to, right? And it's taking the fun out of it. But when it's supposed to be fun, it's, you picked the Leafs.
It's more fun when I win.
Yeah. Smythe's news. You got 2 segments going on this podcast.
I'm over here just doing important stuff all the time, But I have some doozies this time, actually, which is great. Google. Mm-hmm. Google knows everything you know, everything you do. They don't care what apps you're on. They're basically just adding cookies to everything that you're doing. They're now releasing different ways to stop it from tracking logs.
They've always been doing that.
The logs go as deep as conversations you're having.
What do you mean?
So you can go and you can find where Google has recorded conversations you have. You can delete the conversations that you have on Google. For instance, right now, you have an iPhone, but you've done searches on Google. Cookies attach, and they can record your phone conversations. They have a record log of the conversations that you are having. They probably have a record log of this podcast, basically. That's how far they've gone.
Wow.
You can go and delete it on your own, but they're recording it just in case. Do you think they've gone too far?
Yes.
That's the limit for you?
The limit for me has been reached a long time ago. For me. All this stuff makes me very uncomfortable. Now, if you remember in the 40s and 50s, they talked about this, and they talked about this was coming.
Yeah, well,
Big Brother was coming.
That's what they wanted. They wanted.
No. They hated it. Your parents, they warned us about this, and they hated it. They said it was coming.
I'm not saying the government,
and they didn't like it. Yeah,
right.
But now our generation has willingly given this up
because we get a free app.
No, I've always said this. Like, people have always said this. There's this disclaimer there, and you just click yes because why? Because you want to catch some Pokemon.
Yep.
That's the only, like, you want to catch some Pokemon. You want to post stuff on Instagram. That's why we say yes.
Now
all this stuff makes me very, very uncomfortable.
Does it?
I don't like it.
The only people that can't use this stuff is the people that would benefit from it the most.
What do you mean?
The government, authorities, stuff don't have any right to access.
So they say.
What I'm saying is, like, this is why people can get away with committing crimes whenever they want, because they can't tap into everybody's phone and listen to those conversations.
Now,
legally, the government can't do that.
There are some companies, like I remember this happened a couple years ago. The police department or somebody or FBI wanted access to Apple's.
They were like, no.
And they were like, no. Oh, it was somebody who committed a crime.
Yes.
They came to them and said, unlock this phone, and they said no.
Yep.
Because once we do that, it's going to be a slippery slope, and you guys are going to be asking to unlock everyone's phones. Yeah. So some of these major companies they're only going to go into those phones and invade your privacy when they have to make a profit. When a crime happens, they'll say,
yeah.
When they want to make a profit off you, sure, whatever.
It's like for $10 million, no problem. But just, serial killer? That's not what we do.
No, that's not what we do here.
We protect people's privacy, even though we have every conversation they tell. So yeah, that's crazy interesting. Australia has declared war on cats.
Go on. Tell me more.
They plan in 2020.
Are you a cat dog or are you a cat person or a dog person?
I'm more of a cat person. I don't like cats.
Interesting.
I don't like enslaving things and having your house for you.
You're not really enslaving things. That's not what we're doing. But that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, you're a cat person?
Yeah.
When I've said that, when I've thought that for you.
Australia, by 2020, the government wants to kill 2 million free-roaming cats. A large part of its population of feral cats is between 2 and 6 million.
They're gonna kill them. Just send them in the outback. There's a huge desert there. Just send them in the outback. They'll be fine.
Well, I guess that's
it's a huge litter box.
But basically, cats are like our squirrels in Australia, and they want to just start shooting them. I guess, and how that happened. Now, is it right for any government to limit the population of any type of animal? Is that a thing, or do you think that if that's what you have in your area, that's what you have?
Is it right to... I don't know. Is it?
Like, there's 10 million bunnies right now running around in Brampton. They start shooting bunnies. Is that okay?
I think that's what we're going to do. They're not going to do that.
Well, 2 million cats.
They'll gather them up and then deal with them, and then deal with it later.
Gas them out? It's crazy. I was like, what? Some areas of Australia have gone even further.
Uh-huh.
They're offering a $10 bounty per feral cat scalp.
Remember that episode of The Simpsons when they ran around? What was it called? There was a holiday where they went around whacking snakes. Yeah. It was a big thing, and then there was that one episode with Homer was a ninja.
Yep. Whacking day, whatever they called it.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's all I got though.
That's it. Two sources. That's pretty good. So good. NBA playoffs. Finally, really?
How do you feel about the first round? How much of the first round did you really dig into?
Is anything you really want to watch? Like, normally the first round of the NBA playoffs, I'm just like, put my feet to sleep.
Just get it over with. Make it 5 games again.
They're not going to do that.
Like, why not?
Because money.
I know. I know. But, like, Jesus. If any sport the first round should be 5 games. It's the split.
Yeah.
This is it. Was there any good series?
Well, the Nuggets and Spurs are still going on.
Yeah, they're gonna play.
That's been in battle back and forth. Joker's just been a beast. Can't stop him. DeRozan and the Spurs had a meltdown in the game where he got kicked out, but he came back with another game. Like, he was really good that game.
Spurs are going by committee, kind of, right?
Yeah, they're playing Spurs basketball.
Yeah,
they're playing Spurs basketball. Bucks, Pistons. The last game, Blake Griffin tried.
It's unfortunate
on one leg.
It's unfortunate.
Couldn't pull it out.
He also played well on one leg.
Yeah. Well, he missed the first 2 games then.
Yeah. Well, he's literally he hobbled in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and that's because that team has no talent.
Raptors Magic.
I watched the first game, and I was like, I'm done with these guys again. I couldn't believe it. And then, I mean, they destroyed.
Then after that, there was no match.
No, they destroyed them after. But like
76ers Nets.
Remember the first game where you thought the Nets had a chance in the series?
Yeah. Actually, no, I didn't.
You think
I never thought that.
Never thought it.
Never thought that.
Are you impressed with how good Philly played?
It's the first round.
I understand that. I do. You know what? I absolutely understand what you're saying.
Now they come up against the Raptors, a team that's literally had their number the whole season.
Now, before the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Because the trade deadline...
Didn't they play them after?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. Celtics Pacers. Let's talk about...
It's unfortunate.
Sneakily, that injury actually helped them. Because now these guys...
They can play without.
Well, all the young guys got more minutes.
Yeah.
And now they're coming into form and stuff like that. Yeah. So watch out for the Celtics, maybe. Maybe that injury was a gift in disguise.
Celtics or the Pacers?
Celtics.
They swept the hell out of.
Yeah, because Smart was out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, they don't need. You don't need Smart. I don't know how to say it to you. Like, he's not a guy. He's not a glue guy for your team. Mm-hmm. It's nice to have.
Wait, was it Smart or Rozier? Sorry.
He takes minutes away. Smart's out.
It was Smart. Okay.
Yeah, he takes minutes away. I get it. He eats up, but I don't think he's a key guy. So I thought Boston would be fine without him.
Again, I don't know what to learn from these series. Clippers, Warriors.
Still going on.
This is something... I don't know how you let Sweet Lou destroy you like that.
Do you appreciate Lou a little bit more every game?
He's only getting paid $8 million a year.
I know. You gotta appreciate Lou a little bit more after that. Like, is Golden... Like,
there's something going on with the Warriors.
Yeah? Is Cousins going down? Is that a big thing?
It shouldn't have been.
Right?
Because Bogu's really slow.
You know what, man? Like, thank God they brought him back. Apparently, he didn't tell his agent. He just, like...
Yeah, he didn't. He just wanted to go.
He was just like, yeah, I'll come play. Sure.
Yeah. But he's slow. He's definitely been playing NBA basketball in like 2 years.
Yeah, it's not his fault. What do you want from the guy?
Yeah.
He'll just call you. You're sitting out of your house in Australia.
Yeah.
Shooting cats.
They'll still win, but there's something... Next round, I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
They're not the same. And
I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
So ready. Apparently, Houston already flew down there.
Yeah.
And now
to Golden State.
For the series.
They already flew down to Golden State.
Golden State hasn't even won yet. Like, they're not even in the next round as of yet.
Nuggets Spurs still going on. We talked about a little bit about that. Rockets Jazz.
Were you upset that the Jazz didn't have a better showing?
No, I knew that was going to happen.
I thought they'd come with a plan. Because remember,
they did. They let him go right.
That was the plan.
That was the plan. They let Harden go right. That was our plan.
Didn't work.
No, because they have too much.
He just hit shots on the right side, basically. I mean, he did go off like 50, so I guess that's a win.
I guess.
Like, I don't know. What
he did score 50 points. I guess that's a win.
Yeah, but I mean, Utah just can't put up enough points to stay in these games if Harden's gonna. And you know what? In their defense, the Rockets did not shoot poorly in this series, and there's a lot of times where there's games where they don't shoot well.
There's that one game that Harden didn't show up, but they still was that the one they won?
Oh, they still won.
Harden didn't show up for one game. Yeah, they still won, I think, in that one. Now this is the series though, not really the series, but this is the series at the same time. Blazers Thunder.
You know what?
They weren't supposed to win.
This changed my outlook on Dame. And not because he hit one miracle shot. I don't care about the miracle shot. Because...
It's still pretty good.
It was good. It was great. But how many games did Dame not show up in that series?
Not a single.
How many games did Dame even play poorly? That guy legit was like, I'm going to do everything I can to win these games. And the other guy,
and we should have known this before. We should know he is. So there's Steph Curry, the best point guard in the league.
Oh, okay, sure.
Who else do you put up there?
I like Kyrie.
Okay, that's fine.
But I like Kyrie because he does more.
No,
things.
I don't think that's just you.
Yeah,
that's probably just you. I don't think anyone likes him like that. Dame second.
Yo, Skip Bayless really likes Kyrie, so me and Skip.
Skip Bayless is an idiot. Dame's up there though. My point is Dame
has now surpassed many of folks.
I think he's always been there. It's just we don't pay attention.
That's the thing. I think it's on me because Nurkic went down and I said this team was done.
Yeah,
and I was wrong. And I wasn't wrong in the sense of like the backup isn't good enough. I was in the sense of like Nurkic was the centerpiece that made everyone honest. So you can't double a Dame. So you can't double CJ because Nurkic will go in there and have a 20-10 game on you, right? But Kanter's having 20-10 games just fine. And CJ's balling. But not balling like Dame.
Yeah.
Dame.
But Dame. Where does it put Westbrook for you, though?
Westbrook?
Where does it put Westbrook and playoff P?
I'm not going to say Westbrook falls off or whatever. I am going to say, though, Westbrook isn't that guy. He's shown me time and time again, if you have to win 4 games to win a series, I don't know if you can depend on that guy to play consistently.
This is what I've realized about Westbrook. And after we had that podcast, I keep repeating this. I thought about it and I was like, no, I was totally wrong with Westbrook. I don't trust him. It was maybe a week after I was like, no, I don't trust him. Like, and I should know, and I should know better. I don't trust him.
Go on. You said he could dethrone Golden State.
Yes, I did say that.
And
I said that.
And I was like...
I said that. And a week later, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Like, shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that. He doesn't know how to play NBA basketball.
Oh. That? There's like the belt, and then there's right underneath the belt. Yeah. And that's where you went with that one.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to play NBA basketball.
Do you mean he's one of the most
talented guys you'll ever see.
And he goes
hard all the time.
Yeah.
But the fact that he goes out of his way to get triple doubles
instead of winning the game,
he doesn't like, and you can see it sometimes where in the fourth he defers way too much. Well, because he knows people are talking about him and saying, "Oh, how he doesn't defer." He doesn't know the balance.
He doesn't trust his own shooting.
No, he doesn't understand the balance.
You think so?
Like, there's a guy like LeBron. He understands the balance. Dame understands the balance. There's so many other NBA guys. You go, okay, it's that person's time to score. Okay, now it's my time to score because I am the best guy. He doesn't understand. That's why Kevin Durant left. He doesn't understand the balance.
I think the Westbrook that played with Kevin Durant is better suited for playoffs than this guy.
No, that's why Kevin Durant left.
Well, I think here's why I think Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant left this team because they didn't defer to him enough in the clutch. Because even Golden State right now...
That's not true, though.
They didn't.
No, that's not true.
Westbrook took a lot.
No, Kevin Durant shot more than Westbrook.
I get it.
And scored more than Westbrook.
I get it, but
But it's going to my point. Oh, sorry, finish your point. Sorry, I shouldn't cut you off.
What I'm saying is that with OKC, we always said, give Durant the ball.
Yeah.
If Durant wants you to touch it, he'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Don't let Westbrook have the ball and decide what's good to Durant.
Yeah.
That's a bad decision.
Yeah.
So in Golden State,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
In Golden State, Durant has the ball.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to go on the block. He's going to turn around and take that shot, or he's going to dump it I guess he dumped anyone he wants at that point. But he has the ball in his hands. That's what Durant wanted. And I think that was part of what led to him leaving.
Yeah.
Westbrook now doesn't trust himself with the ball anymore. So now he's deferring to Paul George. But I don't think you can defer to Paul George like that. I don't think Paul George is that guy.
Oh, is it? There's just something like he just doesn't understand. I don't think he understands the NBA as far as how to play with somebody.
I mean,
and he's 30 years old, so I don't know when you're going to get it.
Well, he's over his time, but I think he played better ball before. This triple double guy, it's fun to watch, I guess. But
people are enamored with this round number triple double.
Yeah,
it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing.
Well, it's 10 rebounds and 10 assists.
Because it's a round number. It means nothing.
Well, and it's not like it's 10.
How many guys who average triple doubles won championships?
I don't know.
Well, none.
Jason Kidd.
He didn't average triple doubles.
Not that year. He never did, actually.
He got triple doubles.
Only 2 guys average triple doubles.
Yeah, he got triple doubles.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to get those statistics all the time,
it doesn't help your.
There was that meme I sent in the group with that that Thanos one. That was pretty funny. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if he's ever gonna get it.
And I'm not sure what he's gonna change.
And they're in trouble. And I don't know what OKC's gonna do. Trade Adams.
No,
they have to do something.
They're gonna reload next year.
No, they can't go back with this.
Don't they just need a shooter.
But they're up against it. Adams is making $28 million.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Plus the 2 max contracts.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can't really get anybody else.
Just gotta go in the draft and get a guy who hopefully can knock down threes. They just need knockdown shooters.
Yeah, you might have to trade Adams. You might have to trade Adams.
And
he doesn't work on
million for Adams?
He doesn't work on his team. He doesn't work on the team.
Who else is gonna clean up all the rebounds? I guess Westbrook gets
Who else is gonna block out for Westbrook as he gets rebounds?
Who blocks out like him? I don't know what they're gonna do. I thought they were just in tough in that first round, but I thought they were the better team.
I
thought they're
but
the better team.
They don't have the better superstars.
No, and that maybe that's the whole.
Yeah. The next round isn't really set. We got 2 series so far, both in the East.
One's starting tomorrow.
Which one's that? The Raptors?
Yeah, the Raptors starting tomorrow.
We'll start with Bucks and Celtics. These are hard. These are hard.
Do you know what the problem with this series is? The problem with this series is we don't really know who Milwaukee is in the playoffs. The first round they had a bye.
They haven't played anybody yet.
Yeah, they had a bye in the first round.
So, I'll start with Wells since he sent his in. He said Bucks in 5. I'm saying Celtics in 6.
Wow.
And you are saying...
I'm saying...
Do you want me to give my reasons why first before you say something?
No, I'm going to say Bucks in 7, but you give your reason after.
Bucks in 7?
Yeah.
All right, Bucks in 7. I think there's a good team inside the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Just is dying to come out. This Celtics team is the most dangerous team in the playoffs because there's a good team in there. They haven't really shown it, but it's in there. And I don't think, and I've been saying this all year.
I know.
I went kind of crazy with my. They're not going to make it out the first round. That was silly. I'll admit that was silly.
But the second round, though,
but they're not making it past 7 round because they are not ready.
And that
they're not ready. They don't have the team there. They got the Greek Freak, and he's going to do what he's going to do.
He's going to do his thing.
But I don't think they have the supporting cast. Now they're going to jack up a lot of threes.
Yep.
And we're going to see. So that's my selection. Why are you picking the Bucks?
So the Celtics,
and everyone's going to pick the Bucks, mind you.
Yeah, I know. The Celtics, they just went and they swept out Indiana, which is fine.
Without their superstar.
Yeah, which is fine. They did what they're supposed to do. The Balls inside, they're playoff tested, the Celts, right? Because they've been there before.
Oh, you mean previously?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like the Eagles are aside now. There's no more of like, who's the guy, and are we playing with this guy, and we got to figure it out. It looks like they've now are down to business.
May I say this, though? As I say, that championship team is in there.
Yeah.
That team that you said is not there, that ego-driven team, that pointing fingers team, that team is still there, too. That team is still there, too.
They're still hanging out.
It's let's see which way to go. It depends.
I think it's going to go 7 because the Celtics are battle-tested. They have Kyrie Irving, who could steal a game. I don't care what anyone says. The game's been 5 points. Kyrie Irving can just win the game for you. That's who he is.
Yeah.
But I think Milwaukee has, they're riding confidence. B, there's no one that's going to guard the freak inside. Mm-hmm. There's no one. They're going to put Horford on him. It's not going to work. And then you literally have no answers. You can't put Tatum on him because Tatum's a kid. You can't put Morris on him. Morris is going to foul out. And you need Morris.
Oh, they're going to throw bodies at him.
You can't put Hayward on him.
They're just going to throw.
Right?
Hayward's going to start on him. They're just going to throw bodies at him.
Hayward's not even going to start.
I mean, start defending on him.
I know it's not going to start at all. But I'm saying, there's nothing that's going to work in terms unless Horford.
No, nothing works. Nothing
right?
ever works in anything way.
And
it's you throw bodies at him, get fouls, all that kind of stuff.
I think Brogdon will be back sometime in this series.
Apparently, he's supposed to be. Yeah.
I think Mirotic will be back sometime in this series, and then the Bucks.
He's out?
Yeah.
Or he just didn't play?
No, I think he's out. And then
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Milwaukee has a lot of firepower in their bigs, which is hard to match up with. Plus their guards, they still have Bledsoe, and we throw Bledsoe like he's not putting in work, but Bledsoe's
He's putting in a lot of work.
He's been playing great basketball all year, and it goes under the radar. I think they're going to end up being too much to handle, but I do think it's going to go 7. So,
no, Mirotic is still playing.
oh, Mirotic is playing.
Yeah, he didn't play. I knew it. I knew he was playing. He wasn't playing well.
There you go.
At all.
He had 12 in game 4, 5 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. He's not starting though.
No.
Why not? Oh, Lopez is starting. I hate Lopez.
Toronto Sixers.
I don't know.
Wells has in. What do you mean? I don't know. Wells has the Sixers in 6. I have the Raptors in 6. And Smythe, you have.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don't tell me you don't know.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't know. I'm gonna tell you.
This is not acceptable. Eh? You have to say something.
I know. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna break down and then I'm gonna make my pick.
Okay, go.
But here's what I'm thinking. Okay, the Toronto Raptors were a matchup nightmare for the 76ers, mainly because they don't have shooting at their point guard spot, and Ben Simmons and Embiid play the exact same position if they're on the court
Basketball
together.
position, not
basketball
position. Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy Butler, when Jimmy Butler gets it going, everyone else has to watch. So they lose those games when Butler's scoring 30. He can score 30, but when he goes off like that, the Sixers don't play well. Okay? JJ Redick is almost a non-factor. He's going to score his 15 points. He's going to take double the shots because it's just hard for him to move around and find open shots with all these young bucks running around and guarding him, which Danny Green's going to chase him around. It's going to be a hard time for him, okay? He negates out the series. Now, since the change, since Philly got...
All-Star break. They got Tobias Harris.
Since Philly got Harris, the matchup nightmare goes away. Now
Does it?
Yeah. Because Jimmy Butler is a good guard on Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi Leonard's not going to score 30 a game this series because Jimmy Butler can actually handle him. Tobias Harris can guard.
Kawhi Leonard is bigger than him.
He's bigger, but he doesn't play well against him. The Raps. So the Raps usually they work Joel Embiid hard, and then they just shoot the ball way better, and they win games. All that goes away with Tobias Harris. So now you don't have your matchup advantage. You don't have your star player playing as a star player, and Kyle Lowry is either great or trash.
He'll probably be guarding Redick,
right?
Tobias Harris.
And game to game, you don't know what you're going to get.
From who?
Anybody from the Raptors. You know Philly
I don't know about that.
can play inside. You know Jimmy Butler is going to play well. Tobias Harris doesn't really care who he's playing. It's going to be a tough series. I think it's going to go 7. I'm going to take the Raptors because I live in Toronto.
That's the reason?
That's the reason.
I wish Wells was here so I can explain this.
He's going to say Raptors in 4 because it's...
No, he said Sixers in 6.
Oh, yeah.
I know, because he doesn't trust the Raptors. That's probably it.
He'll take the Leafs against the all-star team from the Western Conference.
Wait,
but he won't take his hometown Raptors. What a guy. What a guy I love. What a guy.
This whole not trusting the Leafs anymore, that's gone, in my opinion. That's gone. There's only one player there, and that's Lowry.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons does not play well against the Raptors because basically Kyrie Irving guards him.
Danny Green guard?
No, Kyrie Irving.
Irving's on the team.
What did I say? Kyrie Irving?
Yeah,
Kawhi Leonard. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Kawhi guards Simmons.
No, Leonard guards Simmons.
Yeah,
Leonard will guard Simmons because he's a bigger body, right?
Yeah. You're right.
He does not play well against them all. Now, Embiid is the I'm gonna call him X factor, but he is a factor.
Well, Marcus Gasol's guarding him though.
Marcus Gasol's guarding him, but Embiid can still do Embiid things against Marcus Gasol. He's not gonna fall for a lot of the stupid things he does because Marcus Gasol just plays basketball and that's it. The 76ers are only 5 players. That's it.
That's fair.
That's it.
That's very fair. No, I'm going to go further than fair. I'm going to say that's correct.
They're only 5 players.
You're right on that.
The Raptors have had their number all year. Tobias Harris doesn't really scare me, personally. He's a good player. He is a good player. Butler's good defensively as well. Now, if the Sixers start going into what the Sixers do, you're going to see guys like JJ Redick not even touch the ball.
Oh, yeah. I think it's gonna be a non-factor.
Now, you should touch the ball because he opens up the court, but the Sixers tend to, and you can probably lead to coaching on that. I don't know. Maybe this doesn't have the group. As far as the 4 in the East that are left, in my opinion, the Sixers are the weakest one. I think all 4 of the team, all the 3 teams, the Bucks,
can beat them.
Celtics, and Raptors can all beat them. Sixers aren't there yet. They're going to get a lot closer next year when they start trimming the fat on that team, but they're not there yet because they have the talent.
I think you undervalue Tobias Harris.
I don't see what he's going to do in this series.
I think game 1 is going to be Sixers by like 20, and Harris is going to give you 24 points. And you're going to be like, oh, that's Tobias Harris.
I don't think he's going to do that at all.
Nah, you know.
I don't think he's going to do that at all.
It's like my 4th line Leafs pick.
Yeah. He'll score 24. Yeah, it's pushing it.
I don't know who's going to stop him. That's my one thing. I'm like, well, who's going to guard Tobias? I don't know.
Probably Danny Green.
No, it's got to be Siakam. Right? Because
Danny
Green's got to guard Jimmy Butler.
I didn't even talk about Siakam.
That's why
I didn't even talk about Siakam.
That's part of the matchup.
Who's been dropping 30 points this whole playoffs.
That's part of the matchup nightmare, right? Because like Philly had virtually no one that could even match up with them. Because what are you going to do? Waste Embiid or waste Simmons trying to run around with this guy? No. Now you have Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Right? That's
so you got Kawhi and Siakam scoring points.
Wait, you don't have Kawhi.
Sucks.
Jimmy Butler can play to defend him well. Kawhi is not.
You can't guard them both.
Siakam is gonna on Tobias Harris. Now, does Siakam win that matchup? Probably, right?
Yeah.
But now, where's the rest of you? Where's your advantage? Marcus Gasol and Joel Embiid.
Marcus Gasol is a better playmaker, slightly better defender. Like
Joel
Embiid is he still hurt?
Embiid's gonna dunk on him.
Is he still hurt though? No, Gasol's really smart. He's really smart.
I get it, but Embiid's big.
So all that stuff that he was doing the last series, Embiid with Dudley and stuff like that, throwing them off, it's not gonna happen with Gasol.
I mean,
now they are gonna throw bodies at him when they start bringing guys off the bench, start throwing bodies at him, but we'll see.
Chris Boucher.
Yes. You probably wouldn't see the court.
Just hold him. Just hug him.
You're gonna see the Raptors bench is gonna tighten up a little bit more. Probably a little less minutes for Powell.
I'm tired of rotations. I don't know.
Van Fleet will be out there though. Has Lynn even played yet?
No. That's what I thought. That's tight rotation. Jimmy Lynn's got his time cut. But Van Fleet's knocking down shots, so I can't really.
I told you Lynn is the third guard.
I knew it was just third, but I didn't think third guard doesn't see the court.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, third guard, a little bit of time.
Anyway, those are our picks. What else we got on the docket? We talked about Vladdy a little off the top. Anything you want to talk about the NFL draft? I'm not a fan of drafts in period. I don't know.
You're not a draft guy, eh? I don't know. I just don't understand how the NFL draft.
Colin Murray went first.
Yeah, I just don't get.
What do you mean? What don't you get?
Like, I just don't get what teams think when they're picking people. Like, I just don't understand how.
Give me an example.
Kyler Murray over Dwayne Haskins. I was like, I don't know. Now, here's the thing. Last year's number 1 pick, Heisman Trophy winner.
Mm-hmm. Which really doesn't
same team, Oklahoma too, which made it even weirder. He had a good season. He looks like he's the future there. So you can't really go wrong. But they just took a quarterback. Like, Arizona just picked a quarterback. But do you miss out on the potential superstar?
This is my thing. If you think you made a mistake, and you quickly correct it, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. Now people are going to say they wasted a first round pick. I don't know.
Of course they wasted a first round pick.
I don't know who else are going to pick that round. I don't know. But to me, picks are. I don't know. I don't put that much weight on these things. First round, second. I don't care. I think they got another pick and they quickly corrected. Now people are going to say you're stupid and why you're picking 2 quarterbacks in the I don't know. They saw there's a better quarterback. We're going to pick a better quarterback in their opinion.
And that's the thing I say. Like, if you think you have a stud or a superstar, you've got to take him. He's the best player available.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now Kyler Murray. Everybody's saying he's not the best player available in this draft. They are taking him for fit. Yeah.
Yeah, because the coach is really enamored with him.
Yeah.
So that's why I pick. Who do you think is the best player in this draft?
I think in the draft, if you're going for impact, you're going to take QB or edge rusher, right? Those are the guys. Mm-hmm. The guy sacks quarterback and the guy that is the quarterback. Mm-hmm. I like Nick Bosa.
Went second to San Francisco.
I think they got the best football player to help your team win.
Well, they already have a quarterback. That's the thing about them, right?
Yeah.
So they can start. They're starting to start building their team. That's what they're doing.
And they also
usually quarterbacks usually go number one overall, for better or for worse, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, and that that makes sense. Jets,
So
the Jets take a defensive tackle. The Raiders edge rusher again.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a lot of guys defense, and the Giants take Daniel Jones out of Duke,
which apparently they're very upset about. I've never seen this guy play. I wish Will was here because he probably knows a little bit more. I've never seen a kid play. Apparently they're very upset about this.
Apparently it's just an awkward pick to make.
And they said he's not gonna replace. They came up with a statement saying he's not gonna replace Eli.
Well, because they want Eli to play this year. Eventually, I guess.
Why?
The Lions took a tight end in the first round, top 10.
Yeah,
that hasn't happened in a long time. People are saying they think he's the next Gronk.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know. Come on.
I don't know.
Come on.
I'm not really a draft guy, so whatever.
I'm linebackers, tackles, edge rushers, great. You take a quarterback, he better be amazing. He better be the next thing. I'm not sure if they did that. Now the Redskins got Haskins.
R words.
I'm sorry. The R words got Dwayne Haskins.
Now that's who the people. What I heard, people wanted the Giants to pick.
Yeah,
Haskins.
Yeah, this guy. If you're gonna take a quarterback, he's got the size. I mean, I'm not gonna say he only started for 1 year, so I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, he's so ready, he's whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, this guy can come in, he can start. He has NFL form. I don't know if he's gonna be a good quarterback. Quarterbacks in the first year usually aren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably gonna play because Smith's leg is in 4 pieces.
yeah. Apparently, he's not gonna play this year.
Right. So that's a good pick. I would arguably say that the Cardinals should have taken Haskins number 1. I don't know what Kyler Murray is going to be. So, and I don't really have anything else in the draft. There's so many players, how are they going to be good? You don't know. Are guys going to good situations?
I don't know. That's my whole thing about draft. I just don't know.
They come from college programs where all the other kids suck. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's such a crapshoot.
Yeah.
But some teams I thought made mistakes. I'll say it like that.
All right. Anything else in the world of sports you want to talk about?
Nope.
That's it. All right.
I've done it all. That was 2 hours.
We podcasted.
We did it.
We did it. Yay.
So, boys and girls, you can find the Team Podcast on everywhere you get your podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get yours. Also, you can hit us up on our favorite social media places, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my personal favorite, Tumblr.
Yeah, so we got Wells on assignment. If you want to hear any of his opinions, tune to the Horseplay. We're going to be talking about Leafs. Clearly, they're going to be talking about Vladdy. They'll probably dedicate the entire podcast to Vladdy.
1 for 4 today, by the way.
Pardon me?
1 for 4. He had a double today.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good for him.
Nice. And of course, you can find all this on the Park Daily, theparkdaily.com. Helps us out. You can listen to all these podcasts, all this podcast goodness. Park Daily. Please rate us and review us on Spotify and iTunes Music. Anywhere we get any kind of podcast and whatnot. Oh wait, sorry. Havlovic, did you want to talk about him? The Celtic dude who died? You have no idea who I'm talking about.
The Celtic dude that died?
Yeah. What was his first name? John Havlovic. The Celtic great. He played with... Okay, you have no idea who I'm talking about. He passed away 2 days ago.
He played for a 60?
Yeah, he played back then. So he basically he had the most points ever for Celtics and stuff like that. I was like trying to find him.
Who cares is a bad thing to say. I will say rest in peace and all the best.
One of the Celtics greats. Sorry, I forgot to write it down and I forgot to mention him off the top. One of the Celtics great passed and whatnot. One of the guys who were actually lost to time because this guy was one of the greats. It should be mentioned there with Larry Bird, Bill Russell, all those guys. But he passed away. All right.
But he gone
Rest in peace. Anyway, so that's it. And with that theme song.
Nash Wells and Smythe host the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.